expected, but hey, at the end of the day, who gives a shit? Like whether it's early or late, a wizard is never early nor late. He arrives exactly when he means to, and that's what Bitcoin's doing exactly right now. Of course, you got some, what's it called? You got some news coming on in the background too. I'm sure everyone's aware, or maybe most people are aware, that we effectively have what, like stealth QE going on again. I mean, it seems like there's some bond buybacks going on here. Always makes me a little bit apprehensive, just being honest. But hey, it is what it is, man. As long as it makes my magic internet coins go up and to the right, I'm happy about that. But still, you know, have to remain composed here, because ultimately Bitcoin, like I said, is at the 200 symbol. So if you are on the short term, if you're day trading right now, probably Bitcoin's going to get a little bit of a pushback, a little bit of resistance right here. But ultimately, do I think that Bitcoin is going to fail this move? No, I think this is the beginning of the move that we've been preparing for on this channel, which is effectively Bitcoin's lows are in, and we should be expecting some sideways and up from here, and pullbacks are probably going to be opportunities. Now, of course, the biggest and most important validations of that sort of setup that I've been speaking about are still dependent upon this month's closure. This month's closure, of course, above about 65,700 would be the monthly pivot. Of course, everything else actually has been met as of right now. So things are looking good as of this moment, obviously. But of course, we want to see the monthly follow through. As of right now, Bitcoin is well above that monthly pivot at 65, again, 600, more than what, 3,000, or yeah, about more than $3,000 as of right now. Kind of fucking crazy, man. And ultimately, Bitcoin looking good here. But yes, if I do want to go by the book, I would say, hey, you know, I still want to see my very high term time frame validations. But look, we do have all the validations on the lower term time frames. And when I go over here into our actual analysis, I was pointing towards the chart. I'm not even on the fucking chart. Yeah, I'm a retard too, man. I should probably ban myself. Anyways, alongside Andy. Anyways, daily time frame, like I said, is right at that white 200 moving average. So that is very likely going to be a bit of a pullback for today. But, you know, don't confuse pullback with a rejection or anything like that. Bitcoin, as long as it's effectively above the breakout pivot at $7,000, I'm going to be looking at this as a breakout and positioning as such. Probably the first like major spot positions I've really been holding in quite some time. But hey, the time is calling for it, man. Anyways, what else we have over here? Yeah, fuck yeah, CC. Hell yeah, man. Love it, love it, love it. Cool, man. Yeah, so a lot of things that we spoke about in yesterday's video, those are coming to fruition now. If we go over here to my opener, we can see a few things. One, Bitcoin breaking through 65,600. That is a big number. Also for the weekly time frame, I should say too. But now, you know, all the way close to $70,000 at this point. There's a slew of other signals that are now starting to rear their head, which are going to give some further guidance as far as sort of short-term, medium-term, and perhaps even long-term targets here too. We'll get into that soon enough. But the big one, the one that we were focusing on in yesterday's video, is the alignment of all of those higher-term time frame stochastic momentum oscillator signals in conjunction with each other. So we're talking about the daily, the 2-day, the 3-day, the 5-day, the 7-day, the weekly, basically, the 10-day, and the bi-weekly. All of them are now in the same direction. The 3-day technically has not confirmed just yet, but it will confirm as soon as tonight. And as long as Bitcoin's above $65,000, yes, it will confirm as well. So you'd have all of those aligning with each other. And when we've seen these align with each other with my settings for the stochastic oscillator, we have seen on average about a 25.5% move over the course of 3 months. Now, again, that is an average, and this data being pulled back from the past 10 years, that is an average. So remember, there's going to be instances where it's going to be more than that. There's going to be instances where it's less than that. But looking at price action right now, with all of those freshly up, as basically as soon as tonight, we'd be pulling whatever price closes at tonight, again, assuming it's above about $65,000 to solidify the 3-day time frame and really pull through all of those stats with each other. But assuming it's somewhere around here, again, on average, I'm even going to go a little bit lower than here. Let's just say like $68,000 or somewhere around there. 25% puts Bitcoin more or less on slightly new highs, or at least around those previous highs from May, which is really big structural error, because ultimately that is Bitcoin's last major long-term lower high, trending lower highs we refer to in the TA 101 program. And if you've taken the TA 101 program, you know why trending lower highs and trending higher lows, although this is obviously not a higher low example here, this would be a lower high, are extremely important for discerning the overall trend and potential reversals alongside that. And Bitcoin, as far as it goes on the weekly time frame, is seemingly putting in a higher low along the way here too. So if Bitcoin can reclaim that high, again, between now and let's say that would be what like October, November, somewhere around there, probably happens sooner than that realistically, then yes, you really do have the last like major mega criteria that I really need to see for a major macro reversal. At that point, I think it's more of a formality personally, but hey, if you want to go by the book, if you want the technical signals, which is what I really try to make these streams for, then, that always matters, of course, for Bitcoin. The weekly trend has always been a major deciding factor in when Bitcoin's actually reversing for the macro moves. When I say macro moves, I'm talking about those massive fucking big ones. To the downside, 50% or more. To the upside, multiple X's. And in this case, so far so good. But yeah, that's obviously well far and away. And again, pending some sort of a catastrophic, pop back down before end of day today, we will see that very much aligned. So, of course, like I said, the 3-month median is 25.5%. The win rate is 72%. The average is actually closer to 50%. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, so let me reassess this. The median for these moves is about 25.5%. The average is closer to 50%. So if we were to play on the average, which probably kind of asking for a little bit more here, but let's just have a little bit of fun on a day like today. 50% from current price action puts you somewhere around $100,000. Fair enough. Again, these averages, I do expect them to go down over time simply because Bitcoin is a maturing asset and these gains just haven't been, gains from like 2016, 2017 are a lot different than gains in 2026, which I'm sure anyone who's been around since then knows. And it should even back to like 2021, same thing there too. Anyways, yeah, moving on from there, let's go through our nice little opener over here. The map is, we're going to need a fucking bigger map, man. Oh my God, we need a much bigger map in this case. Tex and Friends says, Bitcoin, wow, what a long trade. We had, some had, many had, some not so much. Many people still looking for, I don't know, 40,000, 50,000, 30,000. I don't know, maybe it happens, but I'm not necessarily biased towards that right now. Again, my bias and the technical analysis, my bias has been that a low is in my technical analysis saying, wait till the monthly closure, but things looking good, so on and so forth. And we have a celebrity here, Mr. Fiboswani. What's up? What's up, players? What's up, players? Tight dick, player. Someone said that to me when I was pissing in a urinal once and made me feel a type of way. Made me tingle in my loins. Anyways, yeah, so as far as the map goes, I mean, it's not really helpful right now because Bitcoin's so fucking far away. Like when I made this, I made this like 2 hours ago when I woke up, or I guess a little bit after I woke up. Bitcoin has gone up like $2,000 or $3,000 since I made this, but yeah. Bitcoin is above everything as of right now. The 66,200 upper band target has also been cleared here too along the way. And obviously Bitcoin has reclaimed the Revin Ribbons mid bands upon yesterday's daily closure. That did indeed happen over here for CME. Bitcoin closing at a right bold price of 64,670. And you do get that beautiful move into the top end of that blue box, which is an effective target. That is a more aggressive target, but hey, Bitcoin is an aggressive move right now. So I guess things like that certainly can and will get hit. And I am looking at that as likely to play off between the dots in upper band 1 and then that upper guidance of upper band 1, which probably walks you up towards $70,000. I don't know, in the next half week, 2 weeks, something like that, man. Other than that, though, we do have a few more technical signals that are starting to rear their head. I made a post about this on Twitter this morning, and we do see now that there is some bullish divergence on the 3-week RSI, which I do think matters a lot right here because the 3-week RSI actually has found similar lows in the past, and also just bullish divergence on a time frame like this, which is effectively a monthly almost, is going to likely have a big result. Now, of course, this does need a closure to fully validate this, but effectively Bitcoin closes Friday out above, anywhere above about $6,000-7,000. You will validate that. And generally, I like to have a target. I mean, in this case, to the 21 EMA. But anywhere between the green 55 EMA and the 21 EMA are going to be areas of interest, in my opinion, like high probability areas of interest with, potential for more as well. There's always potential for more, of course. But it is just, 2 drives right there, to be fair. So don't want to get too crazy with this one. But yes, the 55 EMA is where it's just, actually, it's more like 72,850. And the 21 EMA is now about 78,500. So somewhere in that pocket there, probably where we see this move find its way in the next, let's say, like 3 to 6 weeks. And like I said, based off of the returns from those setups, we probably are looking higher overall. But again, if we go over to our stochastic momentum oscillators, just to show you the proof now, obviously it's not so relevant in this exact moment, but we do have all of them aligned in the same direction. We do have also the daily trendline regression governing right there, but the daily is up as long as Bitcoin's above 64,500. Seems like a safe bet for today. I don't know. 2-day time frame is fresh up as well, also playing out a similar regression actually from these last few lows. And that one shows upside pressure as long as Bitcoin's above 65,500. The 3-day, like I said, is technically not up just yet, although it will confirm as tonight, and then it will be up because its current pivot is actually, oh my God, how did I get that so wrong? I thought I was saying it's 65,000 bucks. It's actually 66,850. Am I? Okay, I guess I am on the right one right there, but strange. Wasn't expecting that. But yeah, it'll still be up. I mean, despite a catastrophic pullback before end of day here. 5-day time frame also up. Again, this is in conjunction with the weekly time frame, also up from a low level. The 10-day time frame also up from a low level. The bi-weekly time frame also up from a low level. And shit, man, the 3-week time frame I was not expecting to have a chance to do it this week, which it actually does close this week. But it might. I mean, that pivot is 69,450. So we'd have to add another couple of time frames onto that onto that study that I was presenting earlier, because those might be a lot bigger than what we're considering right now. Also, on top of this, we called out earlier, I believe it was on Monday when this became relevant, the biweekly time frame on the Krown trading stochastic indicator right here did get a signal, did get an official signal, I should say, plus being in this extreme zone right here on bullish divergence. And basically, anytime that we've seen a cross on this in this crazy zone right here, these have all been, well, after macro lows. And I will mark them off with my green vertical bars right there. You can see in some cases it's like way after the macro low. Over here, again, after the macro low, did retest into it, of course, but yeah, low was in over here. Again, after the macro low was set in already, after the macro low was set in already over there. And over here, do we have the same thing? The macro low technically would be, I guess, end of July / early August. And so far, so good, I suppose. So, a lot of good things going on in the background here. I do have an options position going on. I am short. I did short some puts, like right as this move was getting going when I woke up, or I guess the move is already kind of going. It was when Bitcoin was at 65,500. Seems like a fucking lifetime ago. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, man. But let me just show you, because it is a new position, so I do need to do a new thing over here. I ended up not obviously doing a covered call because, well, at the end of the day, no reason to do it in this case. Bitcoin's on a breakout. So let's show what this new one's going to look like. It is, like I said, right now it's just a short put. If I needed to cover, I guess I could cover. I don't think I'm probably going to need to cover, but hopefully, always need to have a plan for what to do in the event that you may indeed be wrong, because that will happen over a long enough time period, sometimes even in a shorter time period. But this is expiring end of next week, August 28. I sold them 30 times for 500 each. So that means that my maximum profit's going to be what, like 15,000? Sorry, no. Not 300, although I really would have liked to, but yeah, I don't actually have like 10 million bucks sitting in my account at the moment. 15,000 bucks right there. Yeah, that should be pretty good as of right now. In fact, I just looked at them. Let me look at them right now. What are these already collapsed to? I think they're already trading at like 150 or something. It's kind of abrupt, but I guess you can kind of expect something like that on a move like this. No, they're trading at 175 as of the current moment, so up about 10,000 bucks on that. Obviously, I don't have a long position right now in terms of futures, so I'm not really maximizing this move, to be fair. But I do hold a lot of corns on IBIT and shit like that. Anyways, speaking of, let me do the daily DCA for old dirt base over here. Again, it is indeed the cheapest way to buy the corns from a spot exchange, as I do have a shill link in the description below. It gets you 80% off of your spot trading fees, and could probably actually get a little bit cute with bidding here, but I'll buy 100 corns at a price of 68,200. There's my order right there, and hopefully it gets filled as these typically do. But yeah, that shill link does get you 80% off of your trading fees for spot price action, and also 10% off of your derivative trading fees. And yeah, other than that, let's check out some prediction marks over here. Let's see what the economics are looking like. Still exactly 0 cuts being priced up, even more so for end of year now. We did say on this channel, hey, probably no cuts this year. I guess kind of a foregone conclusion at this point. Realistically, no edge in betting on that as of right now. If anything, I'd bet on 1 cut, even though I don't think it's going to happen, because those are some crazy fucking odds right now. Other than that, what else do we have? Gas prices in the U.S. this month above 410. Yeah, I can attest to that right now. What's the diesel price though? What is the diesel price? other than that, damn, I didn't even realize that there's all of these recession next year. Oh God, market is saying no, and a strong no. But I will say the Kalshi markets are typically they are right more often than not. They are right more often than not when you do look at the further out events, basically, and that would obviously be like way further out next year. Like duh. Anyways, going to the crypto ones, see what Bitcoin is offering right here. Hourlies for Bitcoin, I would actually probably sell that 68,600 if I had any balls, but I don't want to baby this one right now because I think Bitcoin is going to be so fucking flighty and floaty here that I don't want to get lost in the sauce while I'm doing the stream and trying to manage positions. So in that event, hey, all good, Swanee, man. You have a great day. Take care, man. All right, let's go back all the way to the tippy top of these chats, and I shall see who is number one. Number one, what's up, Miss Cradency? I always miss you from the beginning, man, but always good to see you, sir. And Great White Hype as well. Big move coming. Don't even remember the last 5% day. Yeah, this one up 6%. So you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Kidding, man. Anyways, Freddie M says UMAC daily high or low in ? Let's see. I'm guessing a lot of things probably rallying today. Actually, let's see. What is traditional markets doing? It is not a sea of green. It is mixed. It's a mixed market over here. Yeah, actually very mixed, in fact. Interesting. All right, UMAC is the high or low in. Depends what time frame you're on. Are you on you're on a daily. Do I think the low's in right there? It's a damn good place for one at $27. I wouldn't say that it's 100% guaranteed because there is no 100% guarantee, but I'd say it makes a very easy trade setup because $27 is the line in the sand. As long as you're above there, yeah, treat it as a high or low. Is it guaranteed to be a higher low? No, nothing is, of course, but you do have a gap fill right here. You do have a structural retest, and look, I think putting on, if you want to try some risk there with that as, with that as an invalidation, that's fine, man. We got Rob Willich next says, what the fuck? My first day of having a full Bitcoin basket strangle. You sold the $66,000 calls versus the $62,000 puts, and this happens. Is there any form of protection you can recommend? So I'm guessing you were probably copying what something that I was doing. That position, first off, I closed it. But second off, yes, you can absolutely manage positions that way. I would say, however, if you're going to copy what I do, you have to also understand how I manage things. So when I'm taking a short strangle, more often than not, I'm not even really anticipating the range to, or I should say, I'm more like agnostic for the range to be broken or not. If it doesn't get broken, fine. I don't need to do shit. But if it does get broken, always what I like to do is I like to do a cover with futures or spot or whatever is easiest, basically. So in your situation, if you were taking that trade, if you remember when I was talking about it, the way that I'd be handling the six, like either of these sides, but of course, in your case, the $6,000 call strike side is going to be the issue here, is that when Bitcoin reclaimed the last previous trending lower high, again, concept from the TA 101 program, which was 64 and 400 or 64,500 basically, alongside the daily Revin Ribbons midband. I would cover that basically because that to me would be an indication that Bitcoin is going to try and move up towards 65.5 to 66,000, and I want to be covered for that because that is in a position to really break. And based off of all of the other higher term time frame stuff going on here, you see the results. So of course, whenever you're doing options, you always have to be asking yourself, what do I do if I'm wrong? And in that case, you cover, and that's fine. And you would have actually made, you wouldn't have just made money. You would have made more money than just holding that short strangle short and it expiring all out of the money to begin with. That's what I love about that. That's the way that I like to trade options. And if you're going to, if you're going to follow along with what I'm doing on options, I understand that it is complicated, but it's always about, I'm always thinking like, what do I do if I need to cover? What do I do in this event? Because ultimately ranges are made to be broken. So at some point, if you're going to do a bastard strangle, as I like to call it, it's going to fucking break at some point. It's going to fucking break it. So you got to be prepared to cover, of course. Anyways, let me see what's going on over here. Just checking out some of my other screens and what the fuck actually is going on over there. Okay. Oh, wow. That is interesting. All right, sweet. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. We got Straight Path next says GM. Oh, baby. Iron in reversal mode, all-time high this year. Is that the one that we just looked at, or was that was UMAC? Yeah, that's right. UMAC. Is iron on the reversal here? I do think that you can treat that low from mid-July as potentially a low, of course, but Long term, I do think that this thing probably okay. It is in a falling channel. These typically do get resolved to the upside, as we do know. But it can remain in this channel for a long time. And, what if it does have another move to the upside, but then it just, it does one of these sideways dances and then it gives you your move later. I think that's probably what's going to happen on something like this. But if the question is it in reversal mode and all-time high this year? I would not call that just based off of this. At the very least, you need to reclaim that daily 200 simple average, which is 46.83 on a daily closing basis. At that point, you got a daily reversal, which is good. Certainly better than nothing, but I wouldn't be making much out of that with regards to like the monthly or the weekly, for example. But look, if I'm giving you my opinion on this, my opinion is that, yeah, it will trade up here. I don't know about new highs in the short term, but, perhaps something like this, if it ends up being bullish, is what I'd be looking for more or less. Anyway, so Reeve says long gold, target 4,700. All right, let's see. This one now at 4,500. This was the sort of, this was right around that daily 200 simple. Technically, it's actually a few bucks higher right now, 45.09. I don't know. Do you get your $4,700 target? Because it wouldn't be that crazy right here. I mean, Bitcoin and gold seem to be playing with each other as of the moment. So I guess it's not really good for me to be thinking about this as a bull trap if I don't want Bitcoin to bull trap. But at the same time, hey, charts are charts. Do I think it's going to at least get 45.09? Yes. Do I think it will try a little bit higher than there, between 46 to 47? I think it's very possible. But like I said, on a trade like that, I would be taking profits. Personally, if it was intended to be a trade, if it was supposed to be a long-term investment, then well, fair enough. Hold it. Warcraft 0071 says Aloy. Okay, general thoughts. Gotcha, man. General thoughts. I'm just going to go over higher term timeframes in that case. Daily time frame does have some hidden bearish divergence on that lower high, so not great in the short term. Wouldn't necessarily call it a failure, but overall, it's the long term that if you're looking at the long term here, it's like, yes, I understand you're probably looking at this thing as trying to reverse. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But what I would say is that, if you want to treat it as a setup, I guess this month's low makes sense as an invalidation point. Would I put my faith in this? No, it's just not obvious to me. And if anything, in the short term, the daily time frame, like I said, does have some hidden bearish divergence there. So probably looking for this one to come back down somewhere closer to like 10 and a half, 11 bucks. Before anything else, I want to re-see it after that. Like I said, anywhere below the July lows, terrible, or even I guess this month's low in August, also terrible. At that point, you're probably going to give way to the whole floor and see this thing hang out in single digits like for a long time. And again, the long-term history, that it's always going to make me apprehensive about something like this. Then again, I go to the biweekly time frame. You do have some hidden bullish divergence there. How much is it going to matter? I don't know. But if look, I don't feel that confident about the higher term time except for that monthly pivot. The daily one actually is, funnily enough, the one that I do feel quite confident about. You just had a range rejection on hidden bearish evidence. I think that you're coming down in the short term here. Does that destroy your whole rally? I don't know. I have no idea on that one further than that. All right, cool. Arib is back. He's looking at long silver. Rub your crystal ball. Oh, you're on a 4 hour in a daily? Okay. All right, let's go down to a 4 hour. This one a little bit more sluggish compared to gold, actually not even above. Not even above the previous high. So that's probably going to do that. Look, if I'm making a correlation between gold and silver, I'm going to be looking for the daily 200 symbol to probably get hit on this rally. That's at 71, 72 bucks. Also a last trending lower high over here from June of this year. So I kind of like that area as an area of interest for this move. Can it go a little bit higher? Maybe, yeah, but I think that that's probably a good bet, somewhere around there, give or take a few bucks. Probably a good bet. Steven Schickman is looking at SOXS. Actually, let's see how first the underline is doing. It is going, oh, the LARP lines, baby. Good LARP lines there. Hidden bearish divergence on that high, coming back down. I guess, is this thing going to fail here or not? It's kind of like the hard part of a lot of these things. Yeah, before I was looking for this to come back down, and I guess I'm just going to be wrong about that. Are we going to see an actual upside move here and fill the gap towards 52, 53 bucks? Possible, yeah. This would be the time for something like that to happen, I guess. But like I said, I don't really trust my analysis that much on these sort of things. I'd rather look at the underline. The underline is the one that I feel quite confident is putting in a bull trap of some sort. As always, with SOXS, it is a leverage ETF, so it's not like a one-to-one representation there. You got volatility decay kind of fucking with you, especially in a region like this where volatility is coming down. So you are going to initiate the volatility decay.exe. Anyways, 1236N says XLE continuing up to 66 or 71. Let's see. I think the last one we looked at it was looking good, and still good there. Don't think it's going to continue to, what were the numbers? 66 or 71? I think 71, I mean, well, both if I think 71, right? I do think it gets up to 71. That is just more or less a pattern target right here, or sort of a consolidation target, the width of your consolidation, more or less. So yeah, I think it gets somewhere around there. You probably have a stop along the way, maybe around $6 to $7, something like that. But stop along the way isn't the same as like reversal. I think it generally goes higher there. Long term, fine. Anything else? Monthly? Yeah, I ultimately probably even goes higher than that based off the monthly. Monthly has hidden bullish divergence right there. Another higher low on basically new all-time highs. Yeah, not bad at all. So if I'm going off a TA, that's what I'd be saying. But I don't know how much I trust TA on these things. But yeah. Anyways, cool. All right, let me scroll down. We got Zeta for Steven next. He's looking at ZETA. All right. Nice move, man. Yeah, really nice move here. You're going to have some pullbacks along the way, but ultimately, I think that you're going to charge back up towards those previous all-time highs. Is it going to happen this month? I don't know about this month. Maybe September, October, something like that would make sense. Yeah, something like that. Overall, I think you got higher to go here. Short term, if you were to lose like $25, I would be concerned. But until then, if it pulls back, I think it's an opportunity more or less. And USO. Okay, we got a new Steven coin dropping. All right, great. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Man, fucking phone is blowing up. All of the usual suspects. Bro, is Bitcoin alive? Bro, is Bitcoin is it doing the thing? USO. Anyways, daily, weekly. Weekly, I like hidden bullish divergence on a higher low there. I think you're popping back up to 143 to 150-ish region. Daily time frame, same thing, more or less. Daily last area of interest was 123 to the downside. So as long as you're above there, I would use that as a validation. Yeah. We got MG76. He's looking at XOM. XOM actually used to be like a crypto. I know this is ExxonMobil, but it used to be like this really shit coin, this really big shit coin from 2017. That was like it was a big one though. People love this thing. Yeah, XOM, a lot of these oil and gas stocks look very similar here with monthly higher lows on hidden bullish evidence. I like this, obviously. Weekly time frame, I think you're going to retest those previous highs, probably make new highs in September. Short term, daily, do you pull back in the short term and fill that gap at 162? Sure, but as long as it's above about 150, I have nothing really bearish to say about it. So that means invalidation around 150, if you will. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, all right, great. I just passed a message of that guy who got banned. I'm telling you, man, no whining, no complaining. You complain about the fucking songs, you're getting banned. You complain about anything, you're getting banned. You even talk to Elsa, you're getting banned. Kidding. But if Elsa complains about you, then you're probably getting banned because she is, she's got a strong trigger finger for that shit. Do It Wit says, if I'm short Bitcoin at the 200 simple, where would you take profit for the small pullback? It's a good question. Trading, kind of counter to the move right here, but hey, it can be done. Where would I be, looking for a little bit of profit taking if I just was like in for a quick scalp move? I wouldn't want to get too greedy with this, just given the nature of this, of this current rally. Maybe around like $68,000 is probably fair game. I think if you're lucky, you might get all the way down to $7,000. But like I said, I wouldn't try to be too greedy here with that. You're already in the money by about $500. Not bad, obviously. So, the way that I look at that is, hey, I'm not trying to hit a home run here. I'm trying to, I'm trying to collect an easy, quick move. So yeah, man. Anyways, Chris Vela says, I bet daily, weekly. I bought a chunk at 37 big ones. Nice. Up to almost 39 now. Fuck yeah, man. Cool. What about it? I mean, it's the same thing as Bitcoin, more or less, but, let's see. Did it fill that gap? No, it didn't fill the gap towards $40. Look, I'm bullish on this, looking at it as a breakout as long as it's above the last trending lower high, which is 38 and 10 cents. If you can close the daily above there today, that starts to look really, really good. And of course, I do want to acknowledge that on this move, we've seen the biggest spike in volume since when? Since we'd have to go back to the February dump to see the most, to see bigger volume than that. So that is indicative of a change of behavior here. So I do think that, you know, that certainly aids the case here for Bitcoin to try higher on this move. Like the breakout is real, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, TexHex says, hey, all good, man. I appreciate that. You know, honestly, man, this is like the highlight of my day. I look forward to this shit, so you don't need to thank me, man. I'd be doing this even if one person was, even if no one was listening. I mean, shit, it was that way for a while. ZEC, okay, sure. Yeah, ZEC has had one of the better charts in crypto land for quite some time now. I'm curious to see how it's going to do on a day like today. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty good, so I'm expecting something good here. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, overall, still like this thing, man. You know, it maintains one of the most obvious uptrends of any of the major cryptos that I know of. Yeah, monthly time frame good. If you can even just trade above last month's high at 587, I think you're poised for a retest of 740, 750, you know, probably in September or October, something like that. But yeah, good right here, man. Hidden bullish divergence on characters RSI for these last few lows. I think the trend is your friend right now, and the trend is to the upside. And the invalidation for the current uptrend would be about 460. So as long as you're above there, nice. Below there, not nice. Anyways, let me move on here. We got Vince Howe PH8. He says IBB on the daily, pullback soon. Let's check it out. I would like one. God, man, it already got to 213. Yeah, last I looked, it was like fucking 188. Anyways, do I think there's going to be a pullback on the daily soon? Maybe if you do, it's probably gonna be like, you know, 206, 207 region. I wouldn't get too greedy here. Again, this is just this is a gap up breakout. That's good. It's very likely going to continue. So I wouldn't try to get too cute about getting a pullback there. I don't know, maybe 206, 207, but that's not necessarily like guaranteed. Not really seeing anything that's super obvious here. So as far as pullback goes, I mean, of course you do have a gap fill down at 205, but usually when these are like real breakouts, you don't fill that gap immediately. But anyways, let's see the Schwab's. And if you're talking about a weekly time frame, no, I don't think there's going to be a pullback soon because this is a breakout. The Schwab says hood shorter term 4 hour daily. Gotcha. Okay. Hood. Let's go over here to hood. I got to say the green background does not look good. We need to change this shit immediately. Immediately. Hold on. Is this working? Is this thing working? There we go. That was cool. Also cool. Let's go a little bit darker maybe. Hey, nope, too dark, too dark. Good. Yeah, okay, blue honestly is definitely the best. Okay, incredible, incredible. Sirs and Zers. Very nice indeed. All right. Where is the old coins right there? Oh, very nice indeed, actually. Very, very nice indeed, sirs and zers. Okay. Hood. Going to the hood. So fucking dumb. Look, I think you're reclaiming the 200 simple here, and you're probably going to try a rally back up to 107, 110 region. 4 hour time frame, same thing. You got a higher low right there. You're already at that previous high, so this one is ripe for a reversal in the short term. Yeah. I think got an upside move here, probably back up towards that, 110 high or so. Something like that, man. Cool. All right. Rob Willett says, I was planning on covering it at the 55 EMA. Are you talking about, I'm guessing you're talking about the weekly maybe. Let me just go over to it to, no, that can't be the weekly. This is the daily. Oh, so, okay. Yeah, 655. That would have been fine. I went to the gym and it was well below that, but then it came, yeah. This is a great lesson. Okay, so Rob Willage, if you're not familiar, was short the $66,000 calls expiring, I think, end of this week or end of next week, something like that. He was planning on covering at the daily 55 EMA, which is about 64,500, 64,600 today. Unfortunately, he went to the gym, which is the first mistake. You cannot leave your computer. You must be staring at your computer until your fucking eyes bleed out with all of the moisture leaving it. And what happens then? Before you know it, big fucking girthy green dildo to the upside. It is what it is, man. Yeah. Yeah. The lesson is to give yourself either more space or you got to be on the ball. Because when these things do happen, they do happen incredibly fast, and it's very, very difficult to cover. This is why. I try to be very, very vocal when I'm talking about my position and where I cover. I always want my cover to be coming like a mile before my position even comes into contact with it, as far as strikes goes. So technically, like what you were doing is something that I would absolutely do myself. 64, 600 would have been a great cover, obviously. Hindsight, of course, but yes, it would have been a great cover. And so what I'm trying to say is that if you're going to get that, like, if you're going to wait for that, you really have to be on the ball with it. Like, you do have to kind of baby those positions. And the way that I do it, though, my solution for it, which is not ideal, but it is the best case solution when when you're holding positions overnight, you need to go to sleep and these sort of things, is to put in a conditional order, or after that is, after price action is above, you could have obviously just put in a limit order somewhere around there. I wouldn't try to be too cute with those things, but yeah, generally what I like to do is far in advance when I actually even take the position is I want to have my my conditional order set. It's just basically like it would be a stop buy in this case, so that when price goes above basically the 55 EMA, I set in a limit order, somewhere around there, slightly below, something like that, and get filled down there. And again, I want to give myself a lot of room with these sort of things, because this is an extreme example, obviously, where price just fucking screamed up in a way that we haven't seen in many months, but they can and will happen. And believe me, I've been caught on the other side just like you on these positions as well, and that's why I have these rules. They're not going to be perfect, but they keep me in the game, and more importantly, over time, a net benefit, which is the name of the game. Anyways, go check out some Kalshi marks over here, see what the hourlies are doing. I think there might be some good hourly plays today. Seen as Bitcoin's very volatile. Like, if you understand options, I think these are actually really, really good plays here. 60. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. We got some good ones here. We got some good ones. There is going to be some great volatility on these, so I will do a little bit bigger than usual. I'm going to short that. And then also probably even I could even do this one big as well. Again, just fun money here. This is what I'm basically using for, as like my short-term trading, if you will, instead of doing it on spot or on futures. I do it over here on Kalshi with small dollar amounts, because honestly, I want my main trading to be with options, and I want to be very, very patient with that. And the realistic thing with options is that there's usually just not that much to do. And when you are in a trade, like, you're kind of just sitting there waiting, because like I said beforehand, I'm already setting in my covers as soon as I take the trade. So it's like I don't really have a ton to do in the moment. So to keep myself busy, I either play video games or do this, which is basically the same shit. Again, low dollar amounts. I got a shill link in the description below, as always, if you want to play along. It does get you like $50, or sorry, if you trade $50 in volume, then you get up to $500 in trading credit. Again, I treat this as just fun stuff. I'd probably employ you to do the same, honestly. But yeah, it is fun, and it keeps me from doing dumb shit on my real accounts. Anyways, let's see. Let's go and continue on with the super chats, of which we have the Vanya up next. He says, "Salutations! You mentioned Finnish toilets are great for cleaning with the bidet, with the boudoir." I think you mean bidet. It's a bidet. The alternative in the U.S. are dude wipes. Actually, I had bidets installed in my toilets because I cannot live without them, and also it feels very, very good just blasting that ass with some water. Hell yeah. Anyways, you're saying I'm up nicely on an OTC. Nice. How's it looking long term for DPL? Okay. DYLLF. I feel like we've seen this a long time ago. You're up big on this thing, so I don't know. Maybe you bought down here, or maybe you bought a long time ago. At any rate, it does have a much different chart than most of the OTC bullshits. Let's see, what does a monthly look like? I do think you're trying to put in a monthly low here. You will naturally have some hidden bullish evidence because your monthly RSI is lower than your last major low from February of last year, like not even this year, but of last year all the way back here. So I'd give this area at 90 cents to form a low with an invalidation basically below this month's low at 86 cents. As long as you're above there, I think this thing's going to go sideways and up. Other than that, it's an OTC thing. Weird shit happens here. You can kind of read it as like as like akin to a shit coin, basically. Yeah. All right. Sweet. Let's see. What else do we have? Holy fucking moly. Okay. We got that. We got that. We got that. And we got that. I need to check back on these over here. Oh, dear Lord. We're underwater. I think we're underwater at least. I'm losing 19 big ones. And 2.25 big ones over there. Jesus Christ, man, this is a terrible day. Let's go back to Bitcoin though. I do think that there's gonna be a lot of really tasty fucking trades on those markets today. Anyways, all right, let me get back to the comments here. Jordan Weaver, what's up, man? Litecoin daily and 4 hour. Fuck bears. All right, we shall fuck the bears. In what sort of way is the real question? Litecoin, light derp over here. Even Litecoin's going up. That's how you know. That's how you know. Look, I'm not a Litecoin believer. I think Litecoin's just silliness. But look, do I think it's going to go up here? Yeah, I do think it's going to go up. You're probably going to see a move towards $50, assuming the Bitcoin move holds. But is it relatively strong? No. Is it weak? Yes. Is it going to be the biggest gainer of all time? Very unlikely. And I want to short more of these. Wait, yeah, more no's. Well, I'm not going to take that up 40 cents. Let's see. That is extremely tempting, but I'm not going to do it right now. All right. Yeah, look, I think it's going to go up. Do I think it's going to be the biggest gainer? No, probably not. But hey, to each their own, man. It's your money at the end of the day. Movie Gasm says, hey man, do you think this is a trap before the final bear capitulation candle to sweep the $57,000 low? It needed this fuel to be able to break through that $61,000 golden pocket of that range. I think putting words, I think interpreting price action as such is a fool's errand, because at the end of the day, you don't know what the fuck was going on there. I mean, shit, people have gotten obsessed with this word, like it needs a search for liquidity and shit like this. And it's just, you're telling yourself a story about something that is by nature arbitrary. Like no one fucking knows. People don't even know what the fuck they're doing on, like why they're doing what they're doing in any facet of their life, typically speaking, let alone fucking trading, which can be very, very emotional. So I don't know, when trying to extrapolate why something's happening like that, I don't think that you can do it. I don't think it matters. Do I think Bitcoin's going to go back down to $57,000? No. If it goes back down to $57,000, I think that the low is not in, and I think that you are going to see much, 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 much lower. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if the cycle low is in, it's done. Like that, it should be sideways and up from here, and I would not be expecting anything lower than even this month's low at 62,225. So I'm not saying that it can't go lower than that. My bias is that it's not. My opinion is that it won't do that. But as far as TA goes, I don't have the full validations yet that is extremely unlikely to happen. It will very likely be validated by end of this month. But hey, for right now, technically not. But you look, like, if Bitcoin even goes below this month's low, I think Bitcoin's going to go much, 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 much lower. I don't think that you just go back down as 57 and come back up. No, I highly doubt that. I think at that point, you'd really have to entertain the possibility that Bitcoin's coming down to, with like 40s, something like that, man. Anyways, Batman86, hi Krown, green candles turn me on. Ooh, I like where this is going. Anyways, how can you just drop that and say anyways? Like, just molested a bunch of like, sorry, I can't even say what I was going to say because YouTube's going to go fucking crazy, but you know where that one was going. It's like, just did a few murders, but anyways, it's like, what? Anyways, Circle pumping. It's like, just went down on a bunch of peepees, but anyways, Circle looks like it's pumping recently. What do you think? What did you say about that going down on peepees thing? Look, I think it's going up here. I think you're going to go up to like 85 and a half. You're going to test the 200 simple similar to Bitcoin. Short term, probably going to find a little bit of resistance on the weekly 21 EMA. So maybe you got a short term pullback, somewhere back down to like 76, 75 and a half, whatever. But ultimately, I think that this move does continue up towards 85, 86 bucks. Something like that, man. Yep. All right, cool. So anyways, just took a bunch of green dildos to my asshole and feels good. All right, let's get on to the next one. Aaron Shaz Narari. Man, it's been a while. Can I send you my 7,000% trading criteria? I don't even know what that means, man. Can I send you my 7,000% trading criteria? Like, for what? I feel like there's just words put together that don't connect with each other, because I'm not understanding what you're trying to say, man. I don't know. Maybe we can try again later. Oh, you have an indicator. Okay. I mean, I'd have to say probably, I mean, look, I'm open to looking at anything new. My bullshit detector going off whenever I see something that big, yeah, man. But hey, maybe there's something there. You never know. So shouldn't judge beforehand. All right, cool. I think we are. Graybot Hype says, I think you're gay, which is fine. I'm not gay. I just appreciate the male body, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going down on people. There's also nothing wrong with having sex with another man. And I'm tired of pretending that that's not true. Spam is ham in a can. Mr. Van Duysen, good morning to you, sir. You already made the wager with yourself. What? Okay, am I reading something out of context here? Because I have no fucking clue what these people are talking about. All right. Kalshi is asking for KYC. Do they? I don't know. Did I KYC there? I guess I did. All right, let's go back. Are my trades winning there? Oh, we're up 15 big ones. Oh, baby. Oh, 17 big ones right now. And 6 more over here. Fuck yeah, man. Killing it. You think you're the boss of me? I just made $20 in Kalshi. If I had balls, I'd probably short the 68,000 too. Do I have balls? Am I pussy or balls? Are you pussy or are you bollocks? I used to play World of Warcraft like a lot when I was a kid, and there's like this foreign guy who I played with a lot because I didn't really have many friends in real life, and so I'd play online and like I'd meet people online, and there's this guy from like Netherlands or one of those countries, with they speak good English, but they're they're a little bit interesting. And he was like older than me, and he'd always like ask me in game, "Are you pussy or are you balls? You pussy, bro, or you balls?" Like if we're gonna go take on a dangerous monster. Be like, man, I don't know if we can take that thing. And he goes, "Bro, are you pussy or balls today?" Like, I don't know. Are you pussy or bollocks? I'm bollocks. Don't you know, bro? Don't you know? The RSI, bro, is real fucking high right now. Oh yeah. It's at 70. And I read on Investopedia, that means the RSI is overbought. This rally's fucking doomed. We're going down at $57,000. I read about this one. It's called a liquidity sweep. Thank you, bro, for your incredible analysis. Piddlecat's looking at Nintendo. Let's go look at Nintendo. 79.74. Daily RSI is quite high there, bro, and bearish divergence. So I do think short-term downside move, but well, probably weekly a lower high right here too. You do have some pretty nasty hidden bearish divergence developing between the March high and this high. It's also in the green 55 EMA. So I do think that you stop the rally around here and pop back down. But am I calling for this thing to like make new lows? No, it probably tries for a higher low, hopefully somewhere around like 8,000 or a little bit below 8,000. Yeah, that's right. The RSI is too high, guy. It can't go any higher. It's a rule. It's in fact a rule. Excuse me. All right, we're up like $20 on Kalshi right now. This is crazy. This count's going to the moon. Hey, Krown, how's your ball? My ball is actually fine now, but I guess I haven't really told the stream this yet, but I have to do the procedure again. I got to get my balls cut again. My sperms need to be harvested in such ways. They're going to cut out a piece of my ball. And I'm not even joking, like a literal piece of my testicle. They've already taken 1, and that wasn't enough. So now they're going to take 2. 2 billions in liquidation, says Great White Hype. Yes, that's what can happen. We eat the RSI for breakfast. Hey, Crown, I want to add to my IBIT position today, but I feel like I'm chasing price. Opinion. My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me I'm chasing. I'd go with your body, man. Look, I think that you're going to get a slightly better price like today or tomorrow if you're just a little bit patient. But I mean, it depends. Like, look, are you long-term investing in this? I don't think it's. I don't think it's like a. There's a lot in kind of like splitting hairs here. If you're short-term trading, then yeah, absolutely, for sure. Hope your ball regrows, bro. Unfortunately, it's not a liver. It does not regrow, but it heals, so gets better. Yeah. All right. Okay. I need to find. Holy shit. Yeah. Honestly, it's not that bad. Well, the surgery's not that bad. I mean, you're just asleep during it, so who gives a shit? Did you just talk with that voice in voice chat when you played WoW? No, I was too afraid to talk in voice chat. I would just type, man. I didn't want anyone to hear my little girl voice, the raspy lesbian voice. Let's see. The moons. Do we have new moons, Asti? Have you ever charted solar and lunar eclipses? I have. I've looked a little bit into that, but not a ton. Yeah, I haven't really looked a ton into that actually. But I've heard a lot of things when it comes down to that, and I don't know what's real. I don't know what's not. Perhaps worth studying later on. Okay, so you're talking about a 4-hour trigger, HMA with an A period crosses below the 9. Okay. Yeah, man, I'd like if you can pass the indicator along, then I can look at it that way. I'm not gonna do this live on stream. It's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass, honestly. When Moon Boy back? Oh shit! Check the Discord. Is Moon Boy in there? Nope, he is not. He is not. That is interesting, isn't it? Biggest liquidation event since October 10th, and the prior was the bear market bottom in December 2022. Yeah, for shorts. Yeah, yeah, makes sense to me, man. Like I said, if you go down to a daily here, or actually not even a daily, let's go to a 12-hour, because realistically, most of this, oh, we haven't even seen the 12-hour settle. Okay, the 6-hour is going to be the most relevant one, though, because that one's closing right now, and it's got all of that volume bar in there. In the greater context of things, it's actually not that crazy right now. Maybe the daily grows it by the time we get to end of day here. Let's see how our position's doing. Up 23, baby. Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. So last time my boss talked shit to me. Circle took a big jump today. Is it time? Maybe. I'm still not going to chase this one personally. I do want some. I want a piece of that. But fool me once. Well, do you have a weekly high or low in here? That's the real question. I'm still going to be patient on this one myself. I'm happy even buying if it gets like above $100 if I have to wait there. That's fine. But that's fine for me. This would be a very, very long-term hold. But yeah, there is hidden bullish evidence on that low. It is a higher low. It's an interesting one for sure. What does a biweekly look like? Yeah, also have hidden bullish evidence here on Caretaker's RSI. Do you think that this one's going higher? Probably 95, $100. Probably not terrible buying here. I'm going to stick to my rules though. I'll buy it later. You can have all the gains for now, sir. I will get some gains later. You can have all the gains now. Oh shit, we're up 50. Oh man, my green dildos are growing. My green dildos be growing. One of my favorite things to do on Kalshi, by the way, is to wait until you get close to the end of the hour. And then if you have something that's like close to a major strike, I guess is what we can call them, those can have some pretty fun gains. Anyways, Tin Man says, oh no, we just read that. Okay, cool. Socratic Method says, always look forward to your stream, Krown. Thanks, man. BMNR, oh dear Lord. If my father's watching, he's going to have a fit. I don't know why my dad watches my streams, but he shouldn't. Like, just don't fucking do that. Don't do it, as Elsa says. Don't do it. If you're buying BMNR, if you're buying BMNR here, or you're holding BMNR, you're playing a different game than I am, because I would never hold something that looks like this long term. Do I think go up more here? Probably goes up to like 22 and a half region, something like that. But I'm not going to call a reversal here. You don't have a higher low on the weekly just yet. Doesn't mean that it can't happen later, but it's not there just yet. And I'm just highly, highly, highly critical of this thing overall, man. Yeah. I have BMNR in my Roth. Oh, dear Lord. Palantir. We could look at Palantir. Let's see. Still like Palantir overall in the breakout. I still think that this one's going higher. We did I was looking for a pullback to like 165-ish region, and it got down to 169. So not quite there. I think this is overall good. I think the low is in. Again, Caretaker's RSI showing you the way here. Hidden bullish evidence on the monthly RSI going all the way back, like all the way back to Jan 2024. Kind of crazy right there. What does Elsa have for me? Yeah, you can just send Elsa. You can just copy all that and send it to me. I'm not going to do it on the stream, by the way. It's just too much at once. But yeah, probably should sell some of these positions over here. They are up bigly. They're up bigly. They're up a big old bigly. So I did 50 here, and how much did I even bet on this one? Yeah, who gives a shit? What's your take on Tesla here? Let's check it out. Playing for pennies while Bitcoin does the big old moves. What's my take on Tesla? I really want it to come back down to like 290 so I can buy some, or buy some more, I should say. It's looking less and less like that. This is going to happen to me. I think I'm going to be wrong about that, or at least wrong for waiting for it. I think you're probably going to see like 360 to 370 this month. Is this forming the next higher low here? Well, you would have hidden bullish evidence between your March low and this low, as you already got much lower lows on the RSI. So it's going to be forming the low there. Then I guess this month's low becomes the invalidation, which is what? Which is 310. got to be bullish as long as above there. If it was going to fail, I feel like that would have happened earlier this week. Instead, we're going to get a corrective setup to the upside. So yeah, I think 360 to 370 is where this one's headed. Yeah, if you're talking about the short term. Malibu Pip says, by the way, I'm quite successful now, all because of you, brother. Thanks, man. That's really awesome. But man, like, think about it. You know, a lot of people watch these videos, and I'm sure not everyone has those sort of results. So I'm happy for you. But at the end of the day, man, you are putting in the work in some sense. So that's all you, man. Fuck yeah. I'm happy to hear that. I really am happy to hear that, though. Seriously. Dude, I just fucking love it, man. I just fucking love it when people like actually learn shit and they actually change around their lives, you know, with the skill like this. Is, in my opinion, I haven't experienced really anything better. I mean, maybe sex whores, but that's different. That's more physical. Over here, BAI, not a humongous fan of it. Yeah, it's not obvious to me that it's good long-term. It doesn't have a good long-term uptrend chart. And in the short term, you are in a weekly downtrend, obviously. I have to be treating this one as bearish as long as you're below about 546. I guess the hopium here is that it's going to literally reverse exactly from where it's at right now and pop back up. I wouldn't be betting on it personally. I would not buy this, but I'm not saying that it can't be good. It's just, it's not obviously good to me. And when I'm in traditional markets, there's so many options and opportunities that I'm not going to go with something that's a question mark when there's something that's usually like kind of screaming in front of your face. Just takes a little bit, just takes a little bit. Hey, all good, Koya. All good, man. Yeah, I do remember. I remember all the people who have been here for a long time, especially the people who were here before 2020, and even after 2020 as well, but especially the ones before 2020, because, I mean, how can you not fucking remember people that you were in the market, like watching price action with when it was in like $100 ranges? Come on, corns. We're going to be able to buy some lunch today if we win this one, man. Holy shit, we're almost up to 750 on this portfolio. Sweet. Cool. Of course, we're going to back off the 200 SMA initially. Yeah. I agree. Almost always going to pull back from that on the first pass. Almost always. It is a very good bet. In fact, one of our friends earlier in the stream shorted the 200 moving average for a nice scalp. I'd be taking profit here. Do I think it goes a little bit lower? Probably yes, but like I said, I don't want to get too cute with this. Generally, things will spend like a few days kind of grind it up, and then if it wants to break out, it'll break out. I don't know, maybe like early next week or maybe Friday if we're lucky. That'd be cool. 2018 checking in. I know half decent backgammon. I know. I really do remember the OGs of OGs, even 001 Sequoia as well. You don't remember me? Ashmash, I do actually. Been watching since 2017, but I very rarely post a message. I do, because again, if you were here before 2020, there really wasn't that many people, especially people talking. But for whatever reason, I do have a pretty good memory with a lot of that space nectar as well. Appreciate that, man. Really do. Hemi for Balti. Okay. Okay. What the fuck? I don't have an opinion on this. It's very new and it trades very bizarrely. It doesn't really even seem to trade at all, in fact. Yeah, I don't have an opinion on this, man. Looking for a short. I don't play shit. You might be right. It's just, to me, that's a gamble. Will you take entry in ENTG again? Let me go look at it. Last I looked at it, it was looking okay. Let's see where it is now, 143. Jesus Christ, man. This thing is so fucking volatile. It's insane. It goes from 100 to 170 back down to 140. God, man. I don't know. Look, I really do like the long term here still. Like if we go to a very high term time from like a 6-month or a 12-month, like I actually really do like that chart. I don't know if I have the stomach to just sit through this thing though, realistically. If it finishes this month above like 140, I might nibble if it's above 140. But yeah, as of this moment, it's not my first pick right now. You know, it probably ends up being really good though. Batman, he says, never joined the stream back in the day, but I watch your vids, and you also commented. That's how I know. That's how I know, sir. Asty's been here since 2020. I know, Asty. My best trade of the year, says Grey Boy. Fuck yeah, man. SoFi, daily and weekly, we could do that. Haven't looked at that one today, and that usually pops up in streams like this. Still think it's trading sideways here into a higher low on the monthly time frame. Weekly, Is it ready to try an upside move? I mean, you do have a couple higher lows here, so it is very possible it does try and move back up towards 20 and a half to $21. Still don't know if it's necessarily like ready for the big breakout. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing go sideways in that range for another month or two. But overall, look, as long as you're holding above that $16 or what is it, $15 low, $16 low, I think it's fine. I think it's good. It's just might take some time. Yeah. Okay, let me just read through a few more of these. Can you look at LEU? Looks like it could move. I'm guessing stonks. Some stonk action. LEU. Yeah, it's probably going to move to the downside, man. It's one of these shitcoin charts long term. I think you're getting rejected by the monthly true and it's simple right there, man. And the weekly is on hidden bearish divergence on a rejection of the 55 EMA. I think you're coming back down to 127, 130-ish region. If anything, how we doing over here? Oh, man, I think we should just take profit right now. Take profit on both of these. All right. Good profits. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day indeed. And we're not even, oh my God, we're not even halfway through this hourly. We might have some more trades here. Hold on, let's go back here. This will be fun. Ooh, this one probably does come down more. I will do another 50 lot right there. But actually, the one that I'm really interested in is I'm anticipating this hourly to come down to like 67.3 or something, 674, somewhere around there. I will probably buy the 67.6 if and when that does happen. So I'm going to set an alert right there. Let's make it do it like this. And if we can time this closer to the end of the hourly, that would be quite cool. That would be quite cool. Got some tendies in the bag, baby. Fuck yeah, man. Don't have to starve. Don't have to starve. And my sandies without crusties. BWET for Great White Hype. Gotcha, man. Be wet. Sounds interesting. Really great chart, though. Really fucking good chart, man. Weekly and monthly got in at 45. Oh, you got in at 40. Wait a second. You're up like 10x, man. It's a crazy rally, but I'm not really seeing any toppy signals just yet, man. You're going to have some weekly bearish divergence to work off of at some point, but I think you got another week or two of up first and then maybe you correct, but am I going to be bearish off that? You know, looking for a pullback is not the same thing as looking for a reversal. So yeah, I mean, look, it's getting into extreme territory here, so you probably do see a top somewhere in September, but man, who knows how high it goes first. Crazy move, man. You're up 10x almost. That's wild. Is Litecoin still dead? I mean, long term, I think that is just irrelevant. I don't think you're going to be maximizing returns if you are in the maximization of returns game by holding Litecoin. Do I think it's going to go up here with Bitcoin? Of course. They're all going to move with each other. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing around $50. And, you know, if it gets really, really lucky and Bitcoin really gets going here, then maybe you see like a $60 to $65 move. But look, like long term, do I think that this is a chart that's healthy and great and indicative of big green dildos coming into my future? No. Like this is a loser here. This is an absolute loser in terms of a long-term investment. I think if this thing came up to like $60 to $65, that'd be a gift from God to sell. Personal opinion. Is Rosie at my door? Hold on. Rosie? My little pup is waiting outside the door. Poor girl. Poor little girl. But we can't do it, man. We can't do it. We can't do it right now. All right, let's see. I'm getting, just got like a, oh my God. Okay. It's like a billion messages came on. So let me just, just read through some of these shits. Nice. All right, cool. And then what's going on over here? Ooh, I have a delivery. Very nice. Oh, and I paid for my gas this month. Fucking great. Fucking great. I got solar. I got solar power in my home. Ask me how much my electricity bill was, even with solar power. Don't ask me. I'm gonna get mad. So fucking angry. Mahalo, Live City. You're looking Litecoin. Yeah, man. Look, I think you got some upside here. Do I think it's interesting? No. But yeah, if you're thinking, I mean, like, let's look at the Bitcoin pairing. Is it even going to outpace the Bitcoin pairing? Can it even do that? No, it's going down today. Yeah. It's been going down ever since like 2013, 2014, but like you don't think it's going to go down more, do you? No way, dude. Litecoin's great. Litecoin's amazing. It's like the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Wait a second. Wait a second. These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers they done fucking got me. They done fucking got me. They done fucking got me. Where did my lovely ladies go? Oh wow, they are really going for it today. There we go. Just fix my stream. LOL. Good luck, you moron. Yes, let me know. You're buying? I'm not buying Litecoin, sir. Not interested in buying Litecoin. Can we do Wolf? Yeah, we could look at Wolf. I always imagine when someone talks like that on the internet, they got to be like a fucking 15 or 16-year-old. I mean, if you're talking like that and you're fucking 25 or and above, you done goofed. You done goofed. Wolf, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's going to do anything interesting to the upside anytime soon. I think you're going to have a slight move to the downside, maybe like 13.5, try a bounce there, but don't confuse bounce with a reversal. I think that this thing is ranging ultimately, and you did just get a lower high here to be fair, so probably comes close to the range low overall. Check out TATA Motors. Tata Motors, isn't this like an Indian company? It would be great if you could just tell me the fucking, yeah, it is an Indian company. It would be great if you could just tell me the exact ticker though. Have you looked at Ethereum? We could look at Ethereum. I've been saying for a while, Ethereum, funnily enough, again, I'm not really a fan of Ethereum, but I do think it looks better than Bitcoin in some regards. Right now, Ethereum living above that weekly 21 EMA. I do think that this thing, again, assuming Bitcoin continues here, which I think that it will, you know, probably, I don't know, maybe next week, probably more like September, probably got a nice move up to somewhere around this previous high, like 2,400. Short term, however, wow, Ethereum, yeah, so Ethereum in comparison to Bitcoin is very interesting here. Bitcoin is getting rejected by its 200 simple. Again, I just think it's your first pass rejection. It's a reaction move. But Ethereum is living well above it. And I'd be looking for that to become basically a sort of line in the sand, if you will, for hopefully the next higher low, but at the very least, you know, just holding that as a nice even round number, which is effectively 2,000. So you got round even number plus 200 simple on the daily time frame. This move also coming off of hidden bullish divergence with low volt. I just love that setup, man. Yeah, overall, man, I think this one's going higher, but does that mean it's all going to happen today? Probably not. No. All right. Let's see. What was that video? Damn. Assy says, don't hate me. Mine is 750 plus 235 for panels monthly. Wait, what? Bought the Tesla wall straight out. Oh, that was smart. That was actually smart. Yeah, I paid like fucking $650 in electricity bills, and I have fucking solar. Somehow my solar reduced it by like 50%, but still, those bills are fucking high, man. Jesus Christ. That's a lot. Anyways, ACT on TSX for Mr. Lucas Secord. We could look at that. I still remember the time where I completely fucked that up for you, man. Looking at the wrong exchange here. Yeah. Overall consolidation at the highs. I don't think you're ready to break out just yet, but I do think it's probably going to end up being good. Wedges itself up into some like this. I don't think it's ready right now, though. I do think that this current move probably does find its way a little bit lower, maybe fills that gap at like 19.5 or something like that. Maybe lower than that too, but ultimately, I do think it's good long term. And as long as you're holding that $17 number, I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, weird one here on the very high term timeframes, but that might just be because it's very new relative towards a quarterly time frame. Yeah, overall, I think it's okay. Overall, I think it's okay. I'd still be waiting for it to officially break above about $25 on a daily closing basis, and then yeah, you're probably looking at what, probably 35-ish, something like that, man. Something like that. $750 a month, and I charge my Tesla. Yeah, that's not bad though. Do you heat an Olympic-sized swimming pool? No, but no, it's just a big house right now. No, really, the reason why I think we're burning through so much electricity is because we have a lot of like 10-year-old plus air conditioners. So from what I understand, the older air conditioners are like super inefficient when it comes to energy usage. And especially if they're single stage, which those ones are. So they're older plus a single stage. So I've already upgraded one of them to be a variable, which I think has helped out a bit. But my fucking parents live with us and they just crank AC all day, every day, regardless of whether they're there or not. I'm pretty sure like that, like their room alone has probably cost me like a pretty penny. Crazy, man. It is what it is, man. Krown running the data center. A little bit. It's in the background here. This is my data center, my center of datas. This is my center of data over here. Actually, we didn't even go through this. Could have gone through this, I guess, but kind of already hit all of the major points here. But yeah, this is the setup that I'm looking at. We do have 7 of the 8 oscillators in the same direction right now. Out of 88 events, the 1-month median going out was about 10.5%, 64% of the time. And that versus any random day certainly has about a 20% edge on that. 55% versus 64%, 3-month median more like 25.5%, and 3-month median more, or sorry, 3-month average more like 3-month win a percentage of 72%. So yeah, much better than any random day. So I still think Bitcoin's going higher here. Yeah, nice, not bad. Not bad, indeed. Dropped 18,000 for a new HVAC. Yeah, I think that's just how much they cost. That's about how much mine costs as well. It's like a 5-ton variable speed one, and just like, all right, I guess that's what we need. So just fucking do it. Let's see, are we making money over here or not? Oh my God, I'm down 20. Oh fuck, it's all over. Wait, I shorted the 67.9. Oh yeah, I made over here. I'm probably losing over here. I will actually hold that. We got still another 23 minutes left in this hourly. But might have found a low there. I'd like to see it get a little bit lower though. It is what it is. mRNA crazy. You mean the ticker? This is a biotech, I think. Moderna. Yeah. Crazy move right there. Oh fuck. Are we gonna get QE and they're planning another Rona? Look, I can't help myself. Okay. Yeah, that's a hell of a move. Biotechs, they move like that. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Cancer vaccine, nice. I imagine with AI, they're going to be able to work through a lot of really cool health related things now, because I think one of like the big hangs with that is just like analyzing the like DNA sequences and whatnot. And I guess with AI, that becomes a lot less of a tedious and impossible job. I guess you can actually like do it then. Anyways, let's go back to the old corns here. Do we have more trades to be made? Not an obvious one right here. If it comes lower, I'd actually like to buy. I think I'm gonna be wrong about this one. Should we just take the loss right now? I think I'm gonna take the loss right now. I don't want to hold on to that. We'll take a small loss instead of a big loss. That would be a good idea. Phase 3 cancer vaccine. Fuck yeah, man. I love that, man. Like people always fucking doom me nowadays. I hate it. I hate seeing all this doom shit. Because more often than not, it's actually not that accurate. Like pessimists sound smart, but they're usually wrong, and they never get the upside of being right. Optimists can sound smart if they are smart, but a lot of the time it's just like fucking, hippy dippy bullshit. So that's why they get looped up with the optimists. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Because maybe even I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm on that methylene blue right now, baby. I actually did try some methylene blue this morning for the first time ever. It's cool. It's fun. Lily is using AI to research all their old analytics to see what they missed. Yeah, totally. All of this sort of stuff. Like, look, I'm employing it in my own workflows. Like I can imagine people who are doing, much more important shit than me, like looking at charts, can really, really get a lot of value from that. Yeah, that's cool shit. I love it. I know you often have minimum targets for certain crosses and RSI divs. Is there also similar for weekly bearish? Oh yeah, of course. It just depends where things are positioned in terms of moving averages. So you're looking at Nintendo and you're talking about a bearish divergence. So let's first validate this statement. So it's going to be hidden bearish divergence here. So hidden bearish divergence is a little bit different than regular bearish divergence in terms of targeting moves. Generally, I like to look for the middle of the previous low to the current high. So that would be 78.70. And at the very least, like minimum would be the 382 fib here at 81.73, something like that. Yeah. Also depends how many drives there are, of course, too. Cool. All right. What is methylene blue? It's this pill that, I don't know, it's like the limitless pill or something like that. Blake says, hell yeah. Just dropped some meth blue myself. Teeth be looking crazy right now. I think that's a different meth blue, sir. All right. TMPV for Tata Motors. TMPV. Got it. Yeah. So this is an Indian thing. I don't like it here. I do think that you are going to come down more. You do have hidden bearish evidence of phantom drive on character RSI, but again, these do play out very oftenly, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it back down around like 305 to 300. And it's just been in a general downtrend since 04 anyways, so not great there. Monthly time frame hidden bearish evidence on the high from June. I think you're coming back down to those previous lows, man. Maybe lower as well. It's not great in terms of a chart. Yeah, you're going to have a corrective setup here too. So I'd be looking somewhere 300 or lower. Could you look at Pfizer? We could look at Pfizer. What are these guys doing? Biotech's rearing their head. That was another one of our picks for sectors coming up here in the rotations. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, I like it here. You do have a higher low in place, and you're already around that previous high. So the reversal is nearly complete. Just need to complete above that 28.75 high on a weekly closing base. And at that point, you're probably looking at a big move up towards 31, 32 bucks. So not bad. Assie's looking at Solana Bitcoins. My soul Bitcoins. Let's see. Yeah, it looks about as you'd expect, I guess. Not a tremendous fan of this one here. I look at this one as quite bearish as long as you're below the July high. Yeah, if I had to call it, you're probably going to come down to like 8,000 or 9,000 Satoshis rather than reclaim that high. But hey, if you do reclaim that high, there is a real reversal in order here, and you're probably looking at a fucking phenomenal move to the upside, somewhere around like 15,000 Satoshis. But for right now, I wouldn't be betting on it personally. Ethereum Bitcoins. This one probably is a better chance just because Ethereum USD does objectively look better right now. And we've been looking for an upside move on this one somewhere around the monthly 21 EMA at 3.3 million Satoshis. I still think that that's likely here. And I do think that it can go higher too. I think that there's a real shot that it even goes up to like 4 million Satoshis, but at least 3.3 million Satoshis and then come back to it after that. If you like meth blue, smash the likes. If you prefer blue meth, gently caress the thumbs up. Exactly right. Two very different things. Change around the adjective. You get some very different things there, man. Luigi was my dude in Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. Okay. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah. I thought it was gonna be a comment about Luigi Mangione, that fucking asshole who killed some man. That shit just makes me rage. You can tell a lot by a person by how they interpret that event, or just any event. You can tell a lot about people. Medical science and technology kind of progress exponentially. So in 5 to 10 years, smart scientists with AI and tech help could be way crazier in a good way. Yeah, I think so as well, man. It makes a lot of sense to me. I spend a lot of time listening to what's my favorite podcast right now? It is Peter Diamantis's podcast. It's I forget what it's called, but it's a great podcast. He has a panel of guys who I really enjoy listening to. Especially AWG is actually my favorite one on that. I think he's fucking great. I'm a fanboy. He's great. I fucking love it. But you listen to that podcast and you start to realize, oh shit, like there's a lot of progress happening around the world right now, and it's a big deal. And yeah, you're right. With the advent of AI, a lot of these studies and tests and whatnot, they can progress a lot faster than what they used to be able to, be held by. So yeah, man, big deal. You want to look at Cato? Is this a fucking crypto shitcoin? Dear Lord, I hope not. It is, of course, a crypto shitcoin. How could I possibly not understand that? Oh, amazing. Oh, great. Oh, yes, we have an incredible chart, sir. Thank you for that incredible chart. I fucking love it. I've just fucking love these charts, sir. Thank you for that.
How about new?
That's what Dr. Evil has to say.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
And don't waste my motherfucking time with this shit. Don't waste my motherfucking time. Although it probably does bounce here. Look, it's wasting time, but it's probably going to bounce there. It's probably not going to reverse in any real crazy fashion, but it can have a big bounce because this is a piece of shit, and pieces of shit bounce, quite hard sometimes. Can you check out ECL stock? Sure. Yeah. I like looking at stonks. Ecolab, nice. Another biotech, probably looking good. Daily time frame looking good. Weekly time frame looking good. Monthly time frame probably also good. What do you know? It's good. I'm bearish. Hidden bullish divergence on the monthly as well. They're going to probably pop back up towards that $300 high. Has Pengu bottomed? It's the first meme shit ETF. Pengu. Yeah. Penguins on the blockchain. Is it this? Has Pengu? Nope, that's not a Pengu. Is it this? Oh yeah. It's definitely bottomed, sir. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why do you do this to me? My Pengus. My Pengus. Mr. D says, hello, sir. Daily, weekly, iron. We've actually looked at this one a couple times already. I could go back to it just for a moment, though. Does holding the 200 simple confirm the channel breakout? It is generally going to be a good sign, but let's just go back to it. Yeah, if it could, but it is obviously so far rejected from there. But again, that is a first reaction, similar to Bitcoin having its first reaction from the 200 simple. This one just popped back down, and honestly, filling the gap, I wouldn't be surprised to see it try for a higher low there. But if your question is quite literally, does breaking the 200 simple at $47 confirm the breakout? Yes. More or less, yes. McDonald's for Brillo? Sure. Mickey D's, McDaniels. Elsa calls it McDonald's. Why is there a McDonald's on every corner here? It's because it's fucking America. That's why. Very interesting spot here, actually, because McDonald's, while it has come down significantly from the highs, and generally that's not great, I'm seeing a couple of bottoming signals that I do like. One, you're at extremes on monthly BBWP, so that just does not happen that often. And two, your monthly RSI, characters RSI, is already lower than your lows going back to even June of 2024 when this thing was trading at what? It was trading at like 250 to 240-ish region. So you do have the potential for hidden bullish divergence there. I think that this is a good bounce spot at the very least. And you're going to form a range here between effectively last week's highs and in the 3770 EMA here, like close to maybe 260 or something like that. But I think it's trying to put in a low. You got 3 drops of bullish divergence on the weekly RSI and characters RSI. So I do think it's going to try to sideways and up from here. And you probably get a big bounce. I want to come back to it later though. Let's see. Speaking of bounces, Bitcoin bouncing back up towards 68.2. Let's see. Do we have a trade here or not? Oh, we're down to the 10-minute stretch. This is my favorite time with the Kalshi markets. I will actually take a small bet here, 30 lot on that one. I actually do think it probably holds above 68,200. But if it don't, we might have a trade on the other side as well. So it is, this one could be fun. Let's see. Yeah, we've looked at Ethereum. Can you do SPS 6900 against Ethereum? No. No, my anus, I'm trying to keep it very tight, and that would be loose. So I want to tight butthole. Sunglasses? What about sunglasses? I choose rich. Yeah, man. Haven't spoke with Nick in a little while, but I love that guy. Triple V's? Sure. VVV. All right. This is Venice token, which is like I think it's like a private AI, something like that. Yeah, really good move right there. We looked at this one. I forget. Oh, this is a 10-minute time frame. Sorry. Yeah, we looked at this one. I think it was last week, and I was saying this actually looks like it's trying to put in a higher low there, and I still think so. Technically, can't really confirm a breakout till you're back above about $15 on a daily closing basis, but I think it looks good. I think it will do it at some length of time. Weekly time frame also with a higher low there too, so wouldn't be surprised, man. Yeah, not bad. As far as like shitcoins go, this one might be a very interesting one if we got a new cycle coming up. CVS, yeah, CVS, another one that I called out as being something that I kind of like here as a biotech or health related thing. I don't still want to see it a little bit lower before I start to nibble at something like this. Monthly time frame, I'm not a humongous fan of as of this exact moment. Still would like to get it a little bit below $90 if I can. So I'm trying not to jump the guns here. Other than that, don't really know where you want me to go with this one. So you missed a couple of super chats before my Iron super chat. Let me just double check. Oh, NBIS. Yeah, you're right. Okay. It was just NBIS. I did get to ask these earlier, so we're good there. But yes, I did miss NBIS. You are right. So thank you for calling me out on that, man. NBIS, Nebius. And let's see, what timeframes were you going off of here? What timeframes you going off of there? Okay. Higher low pivot or at breakout 213. Hold on. Or 21 EMA sweep. I think if you come back down to the 21 EMA, that is not going to be a good sign. I think you kind of want this thing to rally exactly from here. You're on the daily 21, or sorry, you're on the daily 55 EMA. I would want it to bounce exactly from today's low at 213 and really no lower than that if it's going to be okay. So yeah, the former statement that you made, what's the invalidation? It would be this today's lows. Today's low on a daily closing basis would invalidate it for me. Still a weird one here long term. I don't really know what to make of it, but it's not obviously top to me, and it's not obviously top to me just yet. Yeah, looks far and away different than a lot of the semiconductors that I think have topped. Okay, very nice indeed. Sweet. Yeah, I love the philosophical questions, man. I really do love the philosophical questions. It's a shame that people don't really ask about them anymore, but you know, I take these streams where people want to go, so all good. MBIS is talking about a $4.5 billion in converts, so there will be delta hedging at those strikes. Okay, fair enough. So this one is like news related. Is it like a merger or something that's going on there? Anyways, dare you to copy trade traded D Jules says, Link, sir. I'm still waiting to retire off my Link corns. The cool thing about waiting is that you can always wait longer. Look, like if Bitcoin's going up, this thing's going to go up too. And you do have a corrective setup coming up relatively soon here. You do have a weekly higher low. So I do think this thing is poised for a move towards like 10.5, 11.5 bucks, as I've been saying for like the last week that I think it was either you have been asking for it or someone else. Other than that, I think it's just easy to watch Bitcoin for direction here. But, Bitcoin rallies, I do not expect something like this to fail. And objectively, at least it's not as bad as like the majority of shitcoins. So there's that. There's some redeeming qualities here. There's some redemptions. All right, let's see. I think I'm losing my ass over here. It's not looking good, sir. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Let's see. What's their chart at? Oh, they're actually parity. Nice. Okay. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose that one. All right, cool. Link is one of the better ones, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, its chart is not as obviously bad as a lot of other things. Yeah, I'd certainly agree with that. Yeah. Okay. Bill Norblatt says Venice is great AI if you want answers without bias. Yeah, I used to look at naked pictures of like Kamala Harris with it. It was cool. Krown, how do you draw Fibonacci price targets? You use, well, I do it in kind of like a dumb way. There's actually a more proper way to do it, but I just use a Fibonacci retracement tool, and then I just use extensions from your usual ones. So in this case, if it's an uptrend, you start high, you finish low, it'll populate, your targets up. If it's a downtrend, vice versa, it'll populate your targets down. I like the one, the 382 and the 618 extensions more or less. Link's founder has Trump connections. I mean, I feel like I've heard a million of these fucking, LINKX. Oh no, you are saying Link. I've heard statements like this about Trump, about other presidents, about all sorts of things. And it's like, I think people massively overestimate what connection means. It's like, I am his accountant, it's shit like that usually. So I usually don't pay much of attention to that. Yeah, regarding the chart, I would say, I guess market doesn't really care that much. So cool. Happy Gilmore says, sir, in Australia, woke up to this. Can you go to Bitcoin briefly, please? No, just scroll back to the beginning of this video. First, go to 10 minutes in, and then you're good. Rob Willich says, AMD on the daily. Thanks, in all capitals. Thank you. AMD, oh, this is a 10-minute. I was like, wait, what the fuck? That does not look like AMD. Yeah, coming down here. I think this one is starting to fail now. That looks like a bull trap. That's a trap. I think it's starting to actually form a trap here. And look, I do think you're going to come down to like 445, 440-ish region, something like that. That is a weekly after all, but a daily hidden bearish divergence on that lower high. Yeah, I think you're coming back down towards these lows. Probably even closer to like 430, honestly. Yeah. Regarding AI in future, you see one side that say it will kill us and other sides say it will make us live forever. Yeah. Honestly, man, after looking into a lot of the AI doomerism, it really does seem to be mostly funded by the Chinese. Here's what fucking grinds my gears, man. You know what? You know who was the biggest funder of the green parties in Europe back in like 2020 and 2021 when they still had relations? It was Russia. It's fucking Russia. Why? Because they didn't want Europe to do fracking to get more gas, which is actually more environmentally friendly. So they convinced all the fucking dumb retards who don't actually do their own research that it's bad because oil bad and bad for the environment, which is just like the tagline for anything that gets done in Europe, in my experience. Oh shit, I think we're in the money. Oh fuck, we're in the money. Holy shit. Sorry, can't help myself. And then China, you know, who funds all of this AI doomerism? A lot of it's coming from China. Think about it. Like whether you acknowledge it or not, the world is naturally always at odds with each other. Certain countries want to be number one if they can be because you enjoy a shit ton of privileges being number one as far as real reserve currency or just, you know, kind of dictating the world order. And so countries will subvert each other in order to claw at other, at others' powers. The Chinese, you know, are doing a damn good job with making people fucking completely freak out over AI data centers, for example. You know, they say like it takes all your water. No, it doesn't. They say it makes your electricity cost more. No, it doesn't. In fact, it makes it cheaper. And as far as the water thing goes, I mean, shit, man, if you're worried about AI data centers, you should be way more worried about golf courses or fucking almonds. Like almond farming, those use way more water, but no one gives a shit about that. No, it's all because it's fucking funded by the CCP, which is a natural enemy to the US. Again, whether you admit it or not, you know, it is that way. Whether you think they're an enemy or not, they are an enemy if you are in the Western world and you like the Western world's order. Most people, however, are not fucking educated in the world enough to know all of the amazing privileges that they have from being in the West. They just think like, well, America, you know, they can just fucking give up all their power and everything and retreat and everything will be all hunky dory. It's like, no. It won't. It won't. Like I always hear this guy, Jack Muller. It's like the solution to all of America's problems is just not be the world #1 currency. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Like, okay. I actually like listening to him, by the way, but yeah, I like listening to him in the same way that I like listening to Raul Palace. Like it makes me feel good. Do I think they're right? I don't know about that. Not great accuracy, but I like it. It makes me feel good. And that's what matters most. Anyways, back on to the comment section over here. AI data centers are moving to a closed loop system that will use very little water. Something like that as well. Yeah, man, it was 2021 actually. Fair enough. Yeah, cool. Data centers use a less than 0.25% of the water used for golf courses in the US. Yeah, I'm familiar with that stat as well. Crazy, man. It's totally crazy. But that's the thing. Like, you can usually work your way through and critically think through problems by just making relations to other things and seeing things in context, and then deciding for yourself, okay, does that even make sense? Because it's like, yeah, AI data centers probably do use a lot of water, but when you put it into context of other things, like, well, it's not that much, really. I think that's the best way to kind of, shield yourself from such bullshit. Kong on YouTube says, thanks for the content of the bear crown. I know. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. Do we still have a bear market? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Bitcoin. Ooh, I think we're going to lose this one, actually. Did we lose it? We lost it. We lost! Fuck! No more lunch. All right, back at it again. Next hourly. Oh, like I said, man, I really do love these things. No trade here. There's nothing there. Still think that we got a little bit of backing off a price to do here. But let me just check out my own ship over here, see what's going on. Okay. Where am I? There we go. All right, nice. Cool. Krown said, fuck the CCP. I mean, look, like, I don't hate Chinese people, but I certainly do not want to live I do not want to live with them as number one. I mean, shit, you can complain about the US all you want. Yeah, we're not fucking perfect. Duh. You know, people act like everything's black and white. You're either good or you're bad. Or if one side's good, then the other side has to be bad. It's like, no, all countries have their own, all countries have their own interests. You don't even have allies. Like people talk about allies. You don't have allies. You just have countries with shared interests. That's all that it is. And that's fine. That's fine. That's probably the way that it should be. Yeah. Anyways, Mr. D says, "Hi, sir. Travel to China with an open mind and see." I'm sure it's fine, man. But for me, like, it's not good, obviously. If China becomes world number one currency, do you think the US markets operate in the same way that they do? Of course not. No, it's not going to be that way, man. Do I think that people in China are more or less free than America? And again, I can understand the counterpoint here. Americans are not 100% free. Duh. Yes, obviously, we're not. It's not perfect. It's not fucking perfect, but it's working. It's working pretty damn well. China is definitely less free. I met a Chinese guy on a plane to when I was going to Paris last year, and he was like a normal Chinese guy. He was living in Japan. I just start talking to him. And like, I'm very nosy when I talk with people, you know, I have to know, because I hear about all these things on the fucking news and on X and everything. And I want to know from the source, like, what it actually is like. And so I started asking him, like, hey, man, so I hear a lot of stuff about China. Can you tell me what your actual opinion is? And he says, look, like, first off, he looks around the plane first. He's like, some people over there look like they might be a little bit Chinese. So let's just talk in this direction. And he starts telling me, he's like, yeah, man, of course, it fucking sucks there. You know, you have to watch everything that you say. Certain things on the internet are blocked. He was telling me about how one of his friends was saying something that was at odds with the government, you know, in like private chats. And then he got an invitation to have a coffee, is what they call it. They say you go down to the police station to have a coffee. And he said his friend, after that invitation, he never spoke about it. He never would tell him the details of it. He just said that after that, he was a completely different person and let go of his previous views, man. So it's like, look, I understand not everyone's perfect, and there are some redeeming qualities about the Chinese way, I suppose. But is that like, if I could choose where I could live, is that where I'd do it? No, hell no. Hell no. What's up, Zonkard? Here in Florida, I've heard people complain about a humming noise and homeowners basically subsidizing the electric. I don't know if that's true, man. Because honestly, the AI data centers, when you look into it, they reduce the cost of electricity. They're reducing the cost of electricity in their areas. Yeah, I mean, China could be interesting, certainly, to visit, especially like Hong Kong. But from what I understand, that's not even considered like real China. Anyways, 10-year going to come down, short setup due to hybrid QE. I don't know. I really don't like looking at bonds, because I think that you really need a professional to look at bonds, and I have not spent my years learning bonds. If I'm applying TA to the 10-year chart here, you already know what I'm going to say. It's at a topside boundary, and it's probably going to pull back. But do I trust that on this? No, I don't. And if anything, the higher term timeframes above the weekly are bullish, so probably is going to break out. But again, do I think this plays technically? I don't know. I really don't know. Bond guys they are different. It's different than trading equities. So yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't discount that Hong Kong isn't impressive. But first off, Hong Kong technically is not China. They are supposed to be capitalists, I think. But also Hong Kong, like, yeah, you're gonna have nice areas in anywhere. I mean, shit, even the main cities in China look pretty fucking awesome. But again, I don't know if my social credit score will survive a week-long trip there. Yeah. Anyways, currently in Great Britain, you can go to prison for using free speech in a way leftists don't like. So it's very similar to China. Yeah, and look, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've. No, I don't remember exactly what that was. But anyways, yeah, I don't really think a lot of places in Europe are free like that either, man. England being one of them, unfortunately, which is very unfortunate, because England is responsible for like so many of the most amazing things that we have in the world today. Like, we owe so much to England. First off, they were the first major country to get rid of slavery, by the way. Second off, you know, the Magna Carta, kind of a big deal. Newton, you know, Isaac Newton, that fucking guy, kind of a big deal. you know, a lot of these things, man, like England fucking, they were a net benefit on the world. And now they've just castrated themselves in the past 100 years. They went from world number one. See, this is also the thing, like Americans, you think not being world number one is going to be okay. Look at fucking England. They were world number one before the US, and they occupied that space for what, about 150 to 200 years after the French, after they defeated the French. So what happened there? Times were pretty fucking good for them for a while. But in the last 100 years, even less than 100 years, realistically, what is England now? They have a lower per capita GDP than fucking Mississippi, man. That's our worst state, by the way. Like, it's bad. And outside of London, I think England is just like straight up fucking destitution. I mean, it's not straight up destitution. It's like outside of London, it truly is a city state. Like there ain't, in terms of economy, there ain't much going on. Can the average pleb own Bitcoin in China? I remember the guy told me like, I remember he said like, look, everyone knows you can have VPNs there, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, in the French too. The French were before the English. The French ruled the world, and where are they now? I mean, shit. I would even argue maybe they're worse in England. Joey Burton says, "Are your moving averages all SMA, not EMA?" No, they're actually all EMAs except for one, which is a 200, which is an SMA. So it's actually backwards. Okay. Yeah, honestly, man, I don't look to Coin Bureau for AI data center information. I don't like, look, I'm just going to say it straight up, man. 99% of people on the fucking internet, they don't have any signal. They're just repeating bullshit that they heard somewhere else, man. Especially a channel like that that's, you know, probably mostly just getting paid to say shit to begin with. Maybe not that. I don't know. I don't have proof. Maybe he's probably a great guy. I don't know. But look, when it comes to YouTube, like you have all these people commenting on politics and shit like that. They have no signal. They have no, they're just a pleb like you and I, and they're just reading into like news stories and they're deciding, oh, this news story sounds like they really know what they're talking about. So I think that's true. It's like, you don't know that though. You don't fucking know that. Just like, I don't think he knows that. When I look to the smartest people to understand this problem and also show their work, it seems like a fucking home run with a lot of these things. Electricity goes down, water consumption, not an issue, and brings jobs. Helps it and helps the economy of like usually like pretty beat up towns. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems to me like most of it is, again, funded by America's enemies, and people are falling for the baits. Do you think the U.S. will be dethroned in the near future? Hopefully not, man. But all world number ones have been dethroned over time, so it's inevitable. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot of things going on right now that are not great for the U.S. for sure. But at the same time, man, you know, people will bring up a lot of issues with today, and they're absolutely right about them. They are issues, you know. But again, putting things into context, when you really spend time reading about history, you will realize that today in the U.S. is not in any way, shape, or form even extreme compared to what we've seen in the past 150 years, let alone the past 250 years. There have been like way more politically divided times than what we have right now. And I know that sounds absolutely fucking crazy, but dude, just rewind like 100 years ago to the time around when you had like fucking, what's his name? Teddy Roosevelt. Like these were, these were monumentally different. So it's like, yeah, things are crazy right now, but they've been a lot crazier, and the U.S. has usually, you know, wiggled its way through and figured out how to do things and actually came out on top in the end. I don't know. I don't like betting against America in general. But yeah, it would be remiss of me to not acknowledge that all world number one powers have failed over time. Of course, happens. Let's see what we got over here. Do we have any more trades? U.S., Israel, Ukraine, Germany, in case those countries do not form a war union, our civilization is fucked. I would include Japan should probably be joined in there too. They are a dependable ally. Yeah, sounds like y'all popping that blue Adderalls. Trump conference starts in 20 minutes. Oh dear Lord, Mark is going to be moving on that. I don't know. Should we stay online for Trump conference? too many soft men in the modern world. Dude, the amount of grit that was needed to exist even 100 years ago is unrecognizable to anyone living in America today. Unrecognizable. we wouldn't be able to survive, man. It's just insane. The like these fucking tough ass people, the shit that they went through. You got Poland and Hungary in Europe that seem to be holding the line there quite a bit. Seems like all the other countries just, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I really try to steel man the other side's argument of why the situation is as it is, and I'm just like, the only thing that makes sense to me in Europe, the explanation for what's going on there with immigration is that Europe has a declining population, which is true. So that makes sense. And they need people to get in there so that you can, actually have productivity and raise your economy. The problem with that, though, is that they're importing people from countries who that's just not their culture. I mean, shit, man, look, I don't think I'm saying anything fucking racist or mean or derogatory. It's just a fact. Like, if you've met a lot of these people, like, Somalians are not usually known for their productivity and conscientiousness. They also come from a pretty destroyed society. So they might not even know how to even fucking, work in a society like that. So it's like, yeah, you have that issue with population decline, which is a real issue. That truly is a real issue. But importing other people, is that really the right solution? Do they share the same values? I think the Europeans are like so arrogant that they think, oh, well, these primitive people are just going to adopt our way of life once they see how much better it is. I think that's how Europeans probably think. They're that fucking arrogant because, Europe has been on top for so long. But I don't know, man. I don't think Europe is much more than a fucking vacation destination at this point. Hate me if I'm wrong, or if you disagree, that's fine. I can easily change my opinion on that too. And look, it's a great fucking, vacation. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, man, like, would I choose to live there again? Probably not. I mean, maybe some places, sure. But, yeah, probably not. All right, cool. I should definitely not run for office because then they're going to look through all my streams and be like, holy shit, this guy is some combination of gay, crazy, and retarded. And I'll be like, yeah, that's all true. Anyways, I need to tell Elsa to bring me some food so I can stay on here. If Trump's going to speak, maybe we keep the stream going until that occurs. If Elsa's listening right now, 2 packs of the sweet potato sticks are good for me. Not true. I'm from Africa, living in Switzerland. I'm adopting with the culture and doing very well. Where in Africa are you from, sir? Just out of curiosity. And look, I'm saying blanket statements here, Rasan. I'm saying blanket statements here. This is not true for everyone. But I think I actually do think religion actually does matter a lot in that context because Africa has 2 major religions. Obviously, you got Christianity and you got Islam, right? Islam and Christianity, like, these are kind of at odds. If you look through history as well, for the past 1,400 years, for most of that, it's been a battle between these two. And I think the Christians just kind of like forgot that they've been at war for so long because, well, I don't know why they would have forgot because they've actually been losing most of it. they were losing, like, the Ottomans fucking took over, Turkey. Like, Istanbul used to be Constantinople. That was the gateway between the East and the West. That was the heart of Christendom, and that was the heart of effectively what was the new Roman Empire. That was like the place. That was the place. But the Ottomans came in and they fucking snapped that shit up. And remember, all of northern Africa, which is mostly predominantly Islamic now, or Muslim, that was mostly Christian as well. Egypt, that was mostly Christian. Lebanon, mostly Christian. Iran, not Christian, but they were Persian, I guess, so different thing. Not a religion, obviously. What are the other countries that were mostly Christian? Most of those countries around those regions were actually mostly Christian, I believe. But yeah, over the past 1,000 years or so, they've been drawn out. Anyways, the point that I'm working towards is that those 2 religious groups don't seem to get well with each other. I think that's also why, despite maybe some people's opinions, Southern American people immigrating into the U.S., not as big of a deal because those are Catholics mostly, right? And so Catholics in the context of the U.S., it's not that much friction, of course. But in Europe, you got you got that. And I think maybe that also could be causing some issues too. Again, I'm not, well, am I taking sides? I do have a side, obviously, but I'm not taking sides in this particular speech. Anyways, hype hourly for ASCII after I talk myself out. My apologies for you hearing all of my dumb shit. Just one moment. My food's here. My tendies aren't here. Yes, I'm good. Thank you. Okay. I'm locked in for another, I don't know, half hour or something. Yeah. Apologies for having to hear my fucking dribble half-formed thoughts, but yeah, something like that, man. Study history. It's really, really interesting, man. It's really interesting. You start to understand a lot about why we are where we are. Why is my usual hype charts not there? I want to look at hype versus the dollar on Mexico C. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I like it here. Of course, it's going to do well when Bitcoin's doing well. Pound for pound, it's actually up a little bit more than Bitcoin today too. So good sign there. I like this as a higher low as well. You got hidden bullish divergence on Caretaker's RSI. Same thing on the 5-day. That one's already confirmed. I think that you're popping back up towards the top side of this current range, which is about what, 65 to 70 bucks. I believe that's what we said earlier this week or last week. Something like this. You know, probably rejects on the first pass and then comes back down. I think you still range for a little bit, but I wouldn't expect it to, I certainly wouldn't expect it to go down while Bitcoin's going up. And shit, depending upon how this monthly finishes, it might be sideways enough from there. I mean, shit, if it finishes above 60 bucks, that's going to look really good. It's going to look real good. Okay. Okay. You run from office, you hide this in the deepest, darkest, deepest parts of your soul, Krown. Wait, what? Sure. Sure. When you change what history is shown to you, you can change whatever narrative you want. Yeah. Don't forget Yuri Bezmenov. Yep, I know, man. Yuri Bezmenov is the legend, the OG of OGs. Coinbase on the 4-hour? We could look at it. Should be having a rally here. Yeah, pretty weak still, but look, like if Bitcoin's doing what it's doing right now, do I think Coinbase is going to fail? No. I think it's going to probably rally up towards like 170, 172. Time to Antoinette the leaders who have allowed for all this illegal immigration. I'm just an island boy. All right, let me first see if Trump is speaking here. I would not advocate killing the leaders. For what it's worth, I'm just reading the comments here. That's all. Is this it? Hold on. I'm gonna ask Grok over here. What says if there was no religion, wars would soon disappear. Also, humanity would disappear as well, or not humanity, but culture would disappear. All of the amazing things that we have. I used to think that way as well, but it's after really deeply researching this, it is undeniable that if you like Western society, you must be a fan of Christianity. It's just true. That's what all of this is built off of. I mean, like the value of the individual over the collective is a Christian idea in its essence. It just is. It just fucking is. Again, I'm saying this as someone who doesn't consider themselves a Christian, but fuck, man, if I have to choose where to live, I'm definitely living in that place. Okay, let me ask Grok. Is Trump doing a speech today and when? All right, let's see. Short-term pullback targets on Bitcoins. I still think anywhere between about 67 to 675 is fair game on this one. Already got down to 67.7. Okay, he is speaking today, and he's speaking. Oh yeah, he's speaking in like 10 minutes. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, he's speaking with the tech leaders. Okay, let me find a I don't see a live stream just yet.
Tonight.
Is it this? No.
Now you have a president who is giving you what you.
Where's I need to find a live one. Is this it?
Percent alone. These numbers are historic just as
Oh God. Okay, I don't know. I can't find it. I'm just finding like bullshit links that are live, but it looks like they're old or something. Import a shit ton of robots. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a short-sided issue because, I mean, robots and AI technology can solve a lot of that. I think Caretaker is exactly right. The rise of atheism has led the Western elites to believe that immigrants will eventually assimilate by dropping their faith. Yeah, they haven't met a real Muslim. Those people are not dropping their fucking religion. No way. You got something better to do? We are an entire house of rep. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm just trying to find the stream to it. Okay, is this it? No, it's just live news. God, parsing through YouTube on this is just oh God, this just makes my brain break. Okay. Live, not live. Okay, issue there. Try right side. Okay. Let's see. I wonder what tilt these guys will have politically. Maybe this is it. Okay, hopefully this is it. I'll keep it open. If you start saying some interesting stuff, we can keep it on. I need to turn off the comments though, man. It makes my fucking brain bleed. My link, sir. It's popping. Kind of just gave the YouTube live link. I think it's this one. Is he live right now? No. Yeah, it should be this one. Yeah. 819. All right, cool. Let's see how this one goes. In the meantime, it's time for some more gambling action. There's a nothing for me there. I got nothing to do there. So is this pump caused by Trump's speech and then dump? No, I think it's coming off the back of the news that basically they're going to do QE. That seems a little bit more likely than this. Then again, it might just be because there's an imbalance of buyers and sellers. Okay. I don't really watch much news anymore. Yeah, me neither. Since crypto's in the toilet, I'm going to keep it that way. I think even when it goes up, this is really helping me out. Oh yeah, man. The news is mostly entertainment. When you understand that the news and news networks are incentivized by entertaining people, not by informing them, you understand a lot more. I made the mistake of listening to both Fox and CNN last night. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious that this is even considered news. Pricey wants to look at TMPL. Okay. This thing. Daily plus. It's good, man. I like the reconnect with the red 5 EMA first time after the major breakout. I think it's going up. Uppity up. Uppity up. Bullish as long as you're above 400. It's good. Price leads narrative. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly. Space Nectar. I mean, I've been saying that for a long time, but there will still be herpity derps on YouTube saying, oh my God, XYZ is happening because of XYZ. Let's see what else we got over here. Have you tried Epic Wagyu beef? Oh, actually, no, I have not. Are they Bobby approved? Or not? After 10,000 hours, you realize it's not that deep, yeah. Yep. I mean, unless if you're like a real insider, then sure, but you're not going to watch the news because you're just going to know. But I guess in that way, like you kind of do know the news, I suppose. If you're not an insider, I always maintain my position that just watching price is going to be as close as you can possibly be to markets. All right, is he talking yet? 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. SMG. It's a Trump pick. This thing not doing too well. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't pick it. I don't think so. Yeah, I do not like it. See what's going on in Discord right now too. FOMC minutes have come out. Main thing from FOMC minutes is many participants assess that policy tightening would likely be necessary if inflation did not decline. Okay. I think we've all been thinking that for a while, but sure. SOXX, short, long. Like, should I go long or short? Like, no time frame is given. Doesn't even know which ticker. Yes, the answer is yes. If any direction, I'd be picking downside. But you got to be asking yourself, where is your risk? Your risk is Monday's high. Monday's high 566. As long as you're below there, it's bearish. And that looks like a bull trap, and it looks like it wants to come back down to 480 or maybe 450, something like that. Okay, where did I just get there? Okay, IBB, monthly breakout areas of interest. You mean like targets to the upside, or areas of interest to the upside? Dare I say? I think I've already done this, so let's see. Oh no, I haven't. All right, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Well, first one. It's going to be about 220, which you're very close to already. I don't think that stops it, but maybe a short-term stop. Then 245, 246 is a big one, and then 280 above there is a big one. Yeah, something like that, man. Something like that. Yeah, again, Kiesel, Weasel, you don't know that though. Like, you're just telling a story about price action that you have absolutely no way of knowing. Oh, that's on Kalshi for Trump? All right, let's check it out. Economic or politics? Oh my God. Will the Clarity Act become law? Before Jan 1st of 2028, 50%. Oh, great. Interesting. Trump right here. How much will the U.S. acquire Greenland for? Maybe economics. Let's see. No. Maybe just I type in Trump. That is so crazy that you can bet on this shit. You can bet on what's Trump's approval rating tomorrow. Holy shit, that is weird. Stop chewing to the mic. No complaining or you're getting banned. Saw what happened to the last guy. Right, but you only ever know that, Kezel, by looking at price anyways. So it's not going to matter Like you're trying to put a definition on something that you have no way of proving. So it's a theory that can neither be validated nor invalidated. So it's like, well, it's cool, but eh. All right, I'm out of sweet potatoes now. See, is our guy on? All right, it's 2:30. We're waiting. We are waiting. Midterm Democrats versus Republicans in House and Senate is a pretty good bet. Yeah, I don't bet on anything other than Bitcoin because I have no fucking idea about that. Where is that? I wonder what odds are giving me right now. So I remember a lot of people were pretty convinced that the Democrats will take over. Let's see. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see anything about that here. I'm sure there is one though. Gotta be. It's still not on. Oh wait, hold on. We're not live. Okay, getting closer, I guess. Getting closer. Krown, what do you think about Ansem entering the crypto ring, taking the bull by the horn and hitting bull's eyes? I don't know. Are you talking about like Ansem? Wait, what? What? I actually don't even really know what you're talking about, to be honest. It's 17 minutes now until Trump. Jesus, man. Let's see. I'm going to ask Grok for an updated date. And then we'll look at Nvidia for Mr. Schickman. Nvidia. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I still like Nvidia here, and that's crazy to say. It is a semiconductor, but it's not like I'm not seeing the toppy signals that I really want to see. And if anything, I see continuation signals here. Crazy. Still think it would probably tops in Q4 of this year, but anyways, if you're on a daily and a weekly, I like this thing a lot, especially as long as you maintain that weekly high or low and shit. Especially as long as you're even above like 205. I like it. 6 month time. I mean, this is a crazy chart. Like the problem is when this thing tops, it's going to take no prisoners and it's going to move so quickly that it'll be like a same day call basically. Until that happens, does it just float higher? I guess that's kind of what I have to say, but hard one to play. Like I wouldn't be starting positions here, for example, unless it's just like quick, day trades. What's up, Swanee? You've missed a lot, but you've also missed very little. We're going to watch some politics, some politicals here. I think the old T-man is going to speak relatively soon. So I don't know, maybe markets move on that and we get to have a little bit more fun. Every time I want to do something like different, I just buy Solana. Fair enough. To each their own. How low can Bitcoin go from right here and still remain intact? Do you mean like it's still in a strong position to try more upside later on? You could easily come back down to the breakout area of like $67,000. That wouldn't be that concerning. I mean, shit, you can even see the Red 5 EMA right now is all the way down at 65.4. So when that opens tomorrow, I mean, it's probably gonna be like another $1,000 higher. So even that's gonna be a target. So maybe it's like 665. It's possible. Not saying it's gonna definitely get down there. It's just if it got down there, I'm not worried about that. But when it starts to go lower than that on a closing basis, then okay, probably have some issues. A powerful amount of gainers, baby. Boeing, we could look at Boeing. It's been a while since I've looked at Boeing. Symbol BA. It's a BA. It's a BS. Yeah, man, I haven't looked at this one in what feels like a year or two, and nothing's really changed here. This is kind of what I mean when you come down sharply like this and then you create a range. Those ranges can last a damn long time. Now, ultimately, I do think it's a bullish bias here. You do have these rising bottoms on the monthly. Like, I do like that. It's just, you could do something like this. And then maybe like by 2031, you're trying to break out. Like that's kind of the problem with that for me. It's just like probably ends up being really good, but in terms of opportunity cost, it's a major loss. All right, is the T-Man on? Bucky's is on. Do you know what Bucky's is? Character, do you know what Bucky's is? Do you know this? This is like the most surprising thing for Europeans when they come here, apparently. I haven't even been to one, by the way, but it looks fun. What's up, Lomachilla? Late to the stream, all good, man, all good. We are doing a long stream today. We even got some legends in the chat. We got Caretaker, we got Swanee, we got many. Where's the volume coming from? Like out of nowhere? Are you talking about like the volume on screen, or what are you talking about? You're becoming like a professional macro trader in front of us, and you don't always realize it. I mean, look, like I've started to switch more into a long-term investor myself, so of course I'm going to pay more attention to that. But I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a macro guy because I'm not really looking at those sort of things. I look at higher time frames, but for the most part, when I'm looking at investments, I'm looking at like a weekly or a monthly. So yeah, to me, it's still just charting on higher time frames. That's really all that it is. Yeah, it's a badass gas station, exactly. Seeing it looks culturally appropriate. Yep. Not going to find one of those in Afghanistan. We've looked at Iran like 3 or 4 times today already, man. I think the 5th time I need to not. Hopefully this guy starts speaking soon, man, because I need to go to Club Costco. It's a Club Costco day today. Oh God, he fucking super chatted. All right, we'll look at Iron again, but I swear, man, could just twice. Can't even hate it at that point. I still think Iron overall it's probably going to end up being okay. I just don't know how long it's going to end up in this channel, and I wouldn't call it a short-term break until you're back above the 200 simple here, which is $47 almost. Close the daily above there, I would call a short-term reversal with the price action back up to like $55 to $60. Until then, looks okay. Looks like it probably does pull through, but that would be my trigger for that. And invalidation below like 35.5, something like that, man. Paid twice, and you're never getting it back. No way. Kidding, man. But yeah, we've actually looked at this symbol like 3 or 4 times today already, in fact. I'm a macro Krown content watcher. Fair enough, man. Like, I like looking at that stuff. Yeah. What's up, Elroy? Been a while, man. That auto translated to friend from Amigo. Nice, man. Yeah, dude. Been working on a setup while everything else has been boring as shit in this market, but I'm liking it. The Fibopedia. Venus says, just want your reaction on beat perp. Okay. Beat. I'm beat. Beat, huh? All right. What is beat perp? I guess I'll just do one of these. I really don't even know which one to go to. I guess this one maybe. Okay. What is my reaction on beat perp? Still waiting on the T-Man. He is fashionably late, I guess. Some shit like that. Did I mute the sound on this? Or is that coming through? No, it is not coming through, yeah. Just making sure we don't have sound bleed going on. Ezrael says SMCI. Okay, we could look at this. Yeah, that chart gave my eyes AIDS, and I'd prefer they not had AIDS. I kind of like what this thing's doing here. I do like the weekly higher low in place. I just want to see it actually maintain above that white 200 simple for another closure, which is $38 by end of Friday. And at that point, I'd be looking for this thing to rise back up towards like 50-ish, something like that. It's not my favorite chart in the world, but I wouldn't necessarily call this bearish, especially if that weekly maintains that closure, which right now it's not. Daily time frame, I think it will have a chance on Friday, but I'd want to see it on Friday. Yes, we have some penis envy going on there. Some penis appreciation and penis envy as well. Fucking Vohare says, WTF. Swanee says, holy shit, that's amazing. That's right. That is a real art. You know, a lot of us people in a chat like this, you know, your crypto degens, you don't have real art or tastes. You don't have a higher acquired taste. Luckily I do. And I got that by watching the BBC, whereas where I actually found that exact clip. That is a BBC clip. And it was from a, I don't know, some sort of like feminist choir vocal thing, whatever. But you wouldn't know anything about this. Is for truly sophisticated people, okay? Obviously, a pleb like you would never understand. Did you look at Ansem? I don't know what Ansem is, man. I don't know what Ansem is. Like the guy on Twitter? I don't fucking know. Are you German, Kaisel? I'm guess because that's what I kind of assume. So I'm trying to invoke German pronunciation. What about Cat L, Chinese battery company? Does it trade in the U.S.? No, it trades. Well, actually, no, that's cattle. So I probably can't even pull this up. It would appear, I don't know. We have not looked at Bloom Energy, but let's just see if the T-man is talking, and then we'll go look. All right, symbol BE. Not good on the hourly, but yeah, short term, I think this thing's coming back down to like 170, 175 region. That looks like a bit of a trappy area, and you just rejected what at best is a range high, and at what worst is going to be a bull trap. But yeah, I think you're coming back down to the slow, man. Got too many damn things on my charts right there. The coin Ansem. Oh yeah, you want to look at that? Again, I mean, it's very new, man. Like I don't have a real opinion on this. It seems like a fun, jolly, good time. Haha, let's go buy some Ansem tokens. He's cool on the internets, on Twitter. He has a very big following, so I'm buying. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I don't think I'm going out on a limb here. I'm not shitting on him by saying this, but most meme coins fail. I don't know what's going to happen here. But I mean, I just don't buy this kind of shit to begin with, so it doesn't really matter what the hell I think. Yeah, who knows? Weird shit happens in meme derp land. You going live Friday? Yeah, I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week, all the time. Elsa found the clip. All right, fine. Elsa found the clip. Fine. Anthem, you know the song from the greatest Canadian band Rush. Ansem challenged Big BitBoy in the boxing match. BitBoy held his own against the Black Bull Ansem. Hence the fisticuff references. Oh, you're referring to that. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. Yeah, fair enough. Damn, man. These White House motherfuckers are geniuses at the announcement of announcement and starting soon. Great, man. Yeah, it's I'm checking over here. He's not on yet. I think markets probably will react a little bit as they typically do, but probably not gonna be a humongous thing. I don't know. Maybe I just end this stream because I do want to start to run some errands. But yeah, if I had to call it, I mean, you probably see a rally back up towards the highs and then reject again. I don't think Bitcoin's going to be closed above like 69,000 bucks today. I think that does happen, but that's going to be later on. You know, to be fair, I mean, if you've been looking for rejections on Bitcoin, that 200 simple is not the worst place. But yeah, my opinion is still that Bitcoin's probably reversing here. I don't know. Is he going to announce that Bitcoin is now the backbone of the U.S. economy and we're all going to use it for daily purchases? That might be good news. But yeah, man. All right, nice. I will check that out. Got it. Thank you, caretaker. Sweet. Okay. Oh, they actually do have a countdown right there. All right, nice. All right, sweet. Trump's a busy guy. He's just a little bit late. Government jobs are late and not great. Yeah. We've looked at hype earlier. I think short term is okay. US is using its gold to buy Bitcoin. That would be a pretty amazing announcement, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if I'd bet on that happening. All right, we'll be patient, little good boys here. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. 3 big ones. Ooh. I just got my first 300 blackout rifle, or I didn't actually get it yet. I just ordered it, but it's coming. I'm excited for it. Bought a bunch of 300 blackout ammo as well. Looks cool. Looks cool, man. Excuse me. Every time I look at my phone, I have like 10 more requests from people. Hey, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? It's just like a fucking direct line to to a marketing campaign. It is him saying we're moving gold from Venezuela to the US would be my guess. That'd be sick. Hell yeah. I don't know. I'll try to get a 300 as well as a Benelli M4. The Benellis are cool, man. Don't get me wrong. The Benellis are cool, but what I ended up getting is actually this guy back here. That's a Genesis PDS 12. Look it up. They are fucking ridiculous. But look, the Benellis are fucking dope. Those are probably better as like an actual firearm that you know, if you ever had actually had to use it. But I couldn't say no to it, man. I saw it and I couldn't say no. Yeah, 300 blackout. I kind of was discounting it before. I was like, well, why would I get that? Who gives a shit? But it's quiet, and quiet is cool. Let's see. Do we have any Kalshi bets to make over here? Actually, well, no, I don't like this. No, we're up big on the day. I think we'll take our money and run for now. Yeah, man, I'm very much down to go to the range. I've been loving it recently, especially when you can find a range that's where you can kind of like set up your own targets and shit like that. Getting one of my Terran Tactical Glocks up to Going Broker next week. Ooh, sweet, man. Nice. 25 in the world from John Wick. Yeah, man. I was looking at the Pit Viper. I ended up buying the what's it called? The Dark Forge Reaper instead. But it was between those two, and I thought the Pit Viper was really fucking cool, and Sand Viper too. Both of those are just like, they are just unique. Those are like art pieces. The Dark Forges too. I mean, it's fucking cool, but it also just makes me feel like I want to use it, you know, but not on a person, like on a target. Okay. Like it's fun. It's fun to go to the range, fire off, man. Anyways, let's see. How close are we now? 30 seconds and counting. Sup Krown, good call on the Kospi. What do you think on the daily? I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Kospi. Oh, this thing. Korean index. On the daily? I think down. I think you got a lower high right there, and I think you're coming back down to 5,900. You got hidden bearish divergence on a character RSI as well. Like these setups are just, they play out so fucking often. Rejection at the 55 EMA alongside hidden bullish divergence or hidden bearish divergence. In this case, hidden bearish. Very, very, very high hit rate on those. All right, back to it. All right. Oh, we're here.
Absolutely huge. I call it the America First Crypto Double Program. The biggest, the most beautiful crypto doubling program in the history of the world.
This is a scam.
And we're doing it
Caretaker.
right here in the United States of America because we're going to make America great again. And
this one got through Caretaker. Holy
technology, the
shit. Nothing gets through
again.
Caretaker.
Believe me,
nothing.
We all know what's happening in this
Caretaker.
country right now. Inflation is hurting hardworking Americans. The dollar is under pressure, and people are looking for new, strong ways to protect their wealth. We need American solutions, not solutions from China, not from Europe, but solutions from right here in the greatest country God ever created.
This is a fake one, Caretaker. All right. This shit's taking too long, man. this shit's taking too long. The White House has their own channel. Let's check it out. Okay. We'll go to this one. I want to see it from the source, from the source. That AI shit's getting so good. It got Caretaker. Caretaker is one of the most skeptical people I know. like getting past caretaker is actually an impossible task, but somehow, some way, that one got him. I gotta say, man, that's pretty funny. Oh, it was a crypto summit. Yeah, of course, like that. I guess that's not even what they're discussing today. Yeah, Trump is very late. The Helios appearance says, "Do you remember? I watch every video since 2019, but really never say anything." If you don't say anything, that I probably don't remember. In which case, actually, I don't recognize it off the top of my tongue. You can see Brian Armstrong standing there. Money Control's live feed is up. No one is speaking. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally on the White House one right now. I don't know, man. If this doesn't start in the next, like, if this doesn't start by 55, 255, I'm out. I'm out. AKS74U, best to run. And with, yeah, I have a couple of AK pattern pieces, but I don't know. I'd never actually choose them if I actually needed to use something. I would absolutely go with an AR, like every fucking time. I just got this this LMT shovel nose piston, which is just I think that's the best one. You had it playing. I no, that was a different. It was just like a pre. It was they weren't showing the actual speech. He's not on right now. It's like just a random crowd shot. This is also live, but like I said, if they don't start by 255, I'm out. It's too damn long, man. IOVA. Biotechs are probably doing well, and it is, and it probably does even better later on too. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing up around like $9 to $10. If you fast forward another, well, yes, I think it still probably tries a little bit more to the upside there. WTF am I watching? Says Asian Massage. She must be press F5. I can try. I mean, if you just want to refresh there. Yeah, still no go. It's a no go, sir. It's a no go. Yeah. I think it's looking like Mr. Trump is going to take too damn long. You're taking too long, sir. I wonder what he's doing. Should we play an hourly really quick? Hour is ending really soon here. See what those 400, 68, 400 ones are looking like. Oh, yeah, there's nothing on those. All right. I shall avoid for now. Cool. F5 and below on it. Exactly, man. Exactly. Take this opportunity to check my phones. All right, what's blowing up now? Not much, actually. All right. Ooh. Wait a second. Wait, what? How does that make sense? 7, 6, yeah, okay. That is what? Oh, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we're good. Probably starting at 3 East. Dude, do I really want to wait another 5 minutes? Oh, it's so painful, man. It's all good, caretaker, man. It's all good. I'm just surprised something actually got through from you. Crazy. I have to say that's a first. That's a first. I don't know. Maybe it does start at 1 or sorry, 3. I don't know. Do we really want to wait that long? Seems so long, man. Seems so long. AP also has a stream showing the room already with Leaders there. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I think they just probably start there as like once he's actually speaking. We need a Krown and Grantham collab. He is the legend. He is the legend indeed. QWB 1 hour. I could bring it up really quick. I don't know. I haven't looked at the 1 hour in a while. Oops. Looked at the 1 hour quantum wave bands in actually like quite some time. Hopefully in a big game right there. That'd be crazy. Let's see what they got. Oh, exited right before the big game. Oh, well. Equity curve not looking bad there, though. It is working its way back up. Yeah. Been sideways for most of this year, but kind of be expected when the market is against it. At least it ain't losing money. We getting close now? Maybe, yeah. I mean, look, like, if you really want to wait until 3, I guess we can do that, but I'm not waiting for a second longer than 3. I'm out. Do I have time for a quick one? For a quick what? For a quick what? I'm just reading Twitter right now, seeing what the hell's going on over there. The culture war is raging on Twitter as usual. Yeah, I think we got it. I think we got to end this, guys. Like, I need to fucking get on with my day. I need to get on with my days. But pretty good day here so far. Pretty good day, you could say. Pretty good day, you could say. I don't know. Hopefully, like around his speech, you'd get a pullback down to, I don't know, 67 or maybe as low as like 665. That'd be nice for a quick little scalp, but I am kind of annoyed. Like, I just wanted to fucking start, man. I've been waiting around here when I could be running errands for the past half an hour. All right, XLM, cheer fucking Lord. Really? XLM, like, seriously? Really? Yes, everything's having a nice big upside move today. Long term, it's a loser. Short term, is it going to gain more? Probably yes. I think it'd be a gift from God if it got back up to like 18 cents. That'd be amazing. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got to shut this bitch off. My brains is breakings here, and I gotta get on with my day. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with everyone on this nice Wednesday morning. We'll do another live stream on Friday as usual. Until then, tomorrow Thursday, I will just have another regular video upload. Other than that, just want to wish everyone the best of the best. It's been a nice fun day, the first fun day in quite some time, and we shall reconvene hopefully very soon. In which case, I will say much love and take care and see